white and blue, where our heartstrings hang. From the bowling's roar to the London Stadium, West Ham United forging a new soul. Hammers Football TV, the fans' voices ring true. Every tackle, every goal, we're watching you. West Ham are massive, everywhere we go. A fan base so deep, through the highs and the lows. The promise we keep, Hammers forever, our spirit so bold. A story of passion and stories untold. West Ham are massive, a chant from our soul.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hammers
The Disney
TV.
Channel.
Disney. Hope you're all keeping well. And yeah, it's welcome back. Fuzzy, how are you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. I think Anthony's not here yet because he's a bit. He was feeling a bit embarrassed that the vocals that he gave singing the new intro song there is he thought he'd get a bit of stage fright. So yeah, but I'm doing good. My team not so much, but yeah, we're watching Real Madrid and Arsenal on one screen. We've got Newcastle 4-0 up at half time.
I've just seen that come through. That is unbelievable. I mean, Newcastle were absolutely slapping.
Jason Tindall, is it? Is it Jason Tindall? What's the name of their assistant manager?
I think it is him, something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he might have to take over being manager at this rate.
Yeah, well, let's press for Eddie Howe. I mean, obviously he's getting over pneumonia at the moment, so not good in that respects. But let's say hello as always to the good people into the chat, and starting off with a good old friend Matt. Big up panel, welcome back from your break, Tony. Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate that. Also, big up to the Quizmaster, and I see you've changed it, so let me just go into that one. Will, thanks for your time and effort putting these quiz questions together for everyone. I mean, he's running a little bit late. Him and his wife have just had another baby, so he is kind of doing his duties and whatnot. But he did promise that he will be here, so hopefully everything's going to run smoothly as possible. But I'm keeping in touch with him just in case there's any problems in it. Don't worry, Matt. Thank you very much, mate. It's a little bit different. Thought I'd go for something a little bit cheesy. Usual. Good evening to yourself as well. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that as well. Matt's liking the tune as well. Good evening, Joan. Hope you're well. Words and pictures. Good to see you as well, Brendan. Evening all. The cast on the logo look like snooker bridges. Yeah, gone for a little something a bit different on the castles. Don't want to kind of copy like everyone else. But if you look at it, the doors are always open. That's the idea of the actual the castles, fat castles, basically. Words and pictures saying, evening lads. Good to be here with you into the chat. Good to be with you as well, and it's good to welcome everyone back. Howard, appreciate seeing you again. Good evening, all you beautiful people. I'm going to say hello. Yeah, and the same to you as well, Howard. Good to see you. And Brendan saying hello to everyone. And here's Howard. Matt saying, can I call you a nana, flappy nana?
No, because if I were to be in goal, I'd actually be able to use my hands to save things.
Well, yeah, I've seen some of the memes that's been going around with that anyway. You have been missed indeed, Howard. It's been away. Brendan, hello, Togsnet. Good evening, Budgie. Hope you're doing well, mate. Evening, chaps. Hey, chatty personages. Nice to see you back, Tom. Thanks, mate. And looking forward to, obviously, tomorrow night as well. I will get the thumbnail and everything all sorted out for that for tomorrow. Matt saying hello to them as well. And to Budgie. And obviously, good evening, all. Hope you're well. Matt saying, although the castles in the sky like our dreams, they fade and die. Yeah, with big open doors so we can welcome everyone, basically. Howard saying, working on the toy project usual, want to launch this year. Nice. It's good to hear that. It's good to hear that anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally agree on that as well. And also just want to say as well to everyone in the chat and obviously for all the support and everything else, thank you very much. I've actually kind of gone over the 900 mark now. So thank you for all your support. Love that, as always. Mama Flossie, good evening to yourself. Evening, Taunt Fuzzy. Good to have you back. Thank you, Mama. And it was good to see you and Yeti on last night. And everyone's doing well. And you must be very happy at the moment, Mama. Newcastle actually flying high at the moment. Aces, good to see you as well back. Welcome into the chat. And they were saying on there, Aces obviously saying Fuzzy Murray. Big up Mama, welcome back. And they're all saying hello to each other as always, which is always good to see. Yeah, falling at half time. Yes, obviously, business as usual, I suppose, for Newcastle, for Manchester at the moment. It's not looking.
Yeah.
Made a change. Dropped Nana.
Yeah. Made a change. And at least there is progression, right? We've made progress. And everyone, the whole world around, yeah, should feel proud of us for this. We went from our goalkeeper costing us 2 goals, costing us 1.
Yeah.
Made progress, guys. We're that's it. We're going to win the quadruple next season. We'll win a quadruple by perhaps not even being in Europe. We'll just summon a competition out of thin air just to say, look at us, we win a quadruple. Because this is how the mentality shift at Manchester United is expected to be, and on part with the ownership, trying to, sooner or later they're going to be giving all of the players nectar cards to get little spend and save type loyalty bonuses for all of the spending that they have in their personal lives, because Jim Ratcliffe will be having sweats at night and nightmares about people spending money, because that's obviously a phobia of his. If he catches you handing somebody a £5 note, you best believe he's going to have the biggest public freak out you've ever seen. And that's the new Manchester United, folks. 2025, 99p land. They might as well rename Old Trafford to 99p Land's flagship store. And we don't buy players for pounds. We buy them for pennies. And let's just ignore the sporting acumen, professional football, and let's just enjoy paying £66 to go and watch some of the worst football you've ever seen. And here's the thing about that football, right, is with every team, and it was made apparent to me when I think about it. Every club in pretty much in every league, you can always pick out one club's strengths and weaknesses. Can you pick out any strength of Manchester United's football team? Any particular strength?
Yeah, there's not much that comes to mind, I must admit.
We're the only team in, you could probably say, any of the top flight leagues on the planet that does not have a single specialty nor strength. There's only weaknesses. And that, what do you do about that? I mean, can a boardroom that's focus is on, spending cheap to sell big, going to fix that? Because they're not thinking about, well, what's the tactical element behind our transfer strategy? What's the thinking behind why we would want to go sign a particular player? Well, let's sign players for Amarim's system. well, you've only signed Patrick Dorg, who does not pertain to adding any particular specialty to the team.
Excuse me.
And Aiden Heaven was just purely signed for the sake of having somebody who's young, poach him from a rival team academy, and then hope that you can give him some time in the team, get him to a certain level and a certain value, and then you'll pull the plug on him and sell him, even if he were to say, oh, I want to stay, and I'm actually doing quite good at this team. They'll just sell him. They'll just drop him. That's the makeup DNA of Manchester United. You know, the teams of Fergie, you know, where you sign superstars, and there's always an idea. You know, there was always a level that you had to adhere to. That's all dead, you know, and it's not like there's another team replacing it. It's just they put it in the grave and they put the soil over the top. And then what they decided to do was just to get the skeleton of Manchester United back out of the grave and pin him up on the tree, hang him up from the tree branch that overhangs where the gravesite was. And then they'll paint him up in Manchester United red and say, see, look, guys, he's still healthy. He's still alive. Look at him. Look at the smile on his face. Look at those pearly whites. Look at those pearly whites, the grin that he's got. That's Manchester United for you.
Dear. Makes us look a bit more in the light, really. What's going with us?
Wow. Hey, at least you've got a football club, Tony. A football club. Key word, football.
This is true. This is true at the moment. We have got that. Yeah, very true. Just go back to Howard's comment there. When the website goes live, you can all have a look and give me your feedback and orders for the missus. It's brilliant. Yeah, Matt saying going back was fuzzy. I think Fuzzy's alluded to that already. Brendan saying look forward to Howard will sometimes come with batteries. Interested. Ace is saying Onana demands nearly £300,000 a week increase, but was told it will be gone in summer transfer window. Not surprised.
Not about a pay increase, but not about 120k a week.
Jeez, even still.
The same wages as well, by the way, as one Victor Lindelof. Luke Shaw's on more money than that.
You're joking.
He doesn't even kick a ball.
Unbelievable. Budgie's saying I'm watching and listening, but most on the front of my beautiful queen. Brilliant.
Big us, Budgie.
Good, Budgie, yeah. Good evening, Colin. Hope you well, mate. Good to see you as well. Good evening, Tony and Fuzzy, you wonderful gentlemen. Lovely to be with you once again. Been away myself a few days. Good intro. Thank you, Colin. Hope you're all good as well. And yeah, you enjoyed yourself on that time away. And I know it's Bambi on ice. And he's back in for obviously Emery said that he's going to be starting again. So, yes.
Makes you wonder just how bad Altai Bayindir is in training to make him think that.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Usual saying, Mum, you needed a goalkeeper. What on earth was he doing earlier? Yeah, Trafford, I think, is probably going to be Newcastle bound there, I reckon. But he passed my guys to Happy. Evening, peeps. Big up, Tony and Fuzzy. Michael, good to see you back again. Hope you will, mate. That'll be the 2026 project then. Big up to the Irishman as well. You're welcome as well. Good to see you as well. Big up to the Irishman. And if you can, go over to see his channel, give him a like and subscribe. He's on the road to the 200 mark, so let's help people out. That's what we like to do. But just saying, everyone who has said aye, and those who haven't yet, I don't know, thank God he saved it. You did indeed. Good to see you as well. Thanks for being on. Appreciate that. And as you can see, you've already seen the love being given out already. Good evening, Mama Flossie, sweetheart. Welcome back. You're well. They were saying hello to each other. Ian, good to see you as well, mate. Evening all. Howard saying, no, Fuzzy. Yeah. Usual saying, Fuzzy, Emran isn't going to last, in my honest opinion. Do you think he will?
I'm going to say no and say that he doesn't get sacked, but rather he quits. He walks away. Because I can't imagine the amount of times that this guy's having to be angry. Literally, I'm surprised that he hasn't got hard stuck creases here from all the frowning he has to do. Like, I've never seen somebody be so disappointed for so long and then stay in that particular environment. Like if it was a manager that was like really, really proud of themselves, like had a bigger ego, a bigger amount of pride about themselves, they would have walked already by now.
Yeah, true. We've seen it happen before, that's for sure. It was very true. Brenda's saying, off Anna and Amber out. That's class. Ian saying, you have to laugh. A Man United fan in a room full of West Ham United fans claiming United are watching the worst football you've ever seen. Walk a mile in our shoes, Fuzzy.
I think you should walk a mile in my shoes. Problem is you can't walk in them because you're stuck in cement.
Yeah, that's low back.
You have to jump, hop your way with cement solidly stuck to your feet, just a massive clump of it, and you've got to go that in a mile.
Yeah, not good. Daz, good evening to you. Daz, good to see you as well. Ace is saying, Ahmad Diallo rushed back the first team training after, because obviously Zerski's out for the rest of the season now, which is not much to go by.
Yeah, no, I've only got Rasmus Højlund. Oh,
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that says it all. Yes. Big up Arsenal Manic. Big up new channel. Not no channel. Yes, for those who are not already known, I did a community post while I was away. I had a little think about things and decided to rebrand the channel. So yes, Hammers Football TV is got a appreciate what I did with Early Doors Football TV. It got where it was, but it's you're a West Ham fan after all, so it was a case of making more claim to that. But doesn't stop us from doing this show. Obviously, the Sunday night takeaway, and obviously with me and Budgie doing our usual show on the Thursday. But yeah, it's just kind of up in the ante a little bit, I suppose. So startwards and see where it goes from here, as always. Big up Daz evening. Good evening there. Yep, so I have changed the name, Arsenal. Michael Please is saying you'll be fine when you've got the big tent stadium, Fuzz.
What the problem is with that is that the big tent is currently only in the form of a picture. It's a concept. That's not what reality is right now. So so far, the trend has been constant disappointment and under-delivering. So if they promised a stadium that looks like a big tent, probably expect a whole heck of a lot less. Just a grey toilet bowl. They might probably paint some of the well, actually no, they'll probably stick some roof panellings in that look really rusty, so it looks like there's like little shit skid marks around the big toilet seat, and they'll probably stick a big tower building at the end, and they'll really make it look like a toilet, a big toilet bowl in the middle of Manchester. You see that?
Yes.
That's can't say that wouldn't be the case, because you never know with people who want to loan money to build a stadium, who want to save cash at the same time. Yeah, it's not
Happy days.
Good reading.
Howard saying a rebrand with Anthony on vocals, love it. Well, fun if we was talking about it earlier, Howard. We'd be the last time we showed Anthony's supposedly channel that he was going to produce in that. Everyone loved it so much in that. We basically got copyrighted on it. So we have to kind of change Anthony's song. Colin say good evening to all you wonderful.
Copyrighted it.
Exactly, yeah. He loved the song so much he bought himself. Good evening to you wonderful ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Always a pleasure being with you all. Been away with my darling before she goes back to Houston in a couple of weeks. Lovely, mate. Love to see that. You're saying it's 0-0 with the Bayern game. Frog, good evening to yourself. Evening, Tony Fuzzy and everyone. Good to see you again. Same to you as well, mate. Good to see you. Saying Son out of Tottenham. Squad for the Frankfurt game. Never mind. And also know that. Yeah. Come on, Arsenal. Pick you, Mr. Penalty. Yeah, and also then we see Real Madrid's so-called one kind of being disallowed. Mama, she said, lovely. Thank you, Mama Flossie, for that. Yeah, the Irishman Football Channel. Like I said, if you can, let's give him a little bit of love and support. Matt's saying, how many games does Amarin need before he quits or is sacked?
I'll see what happens after Europa League. And if everyone just completely checks out and they just start conceding goals for fun, I reckon he'll just walk then. I think he'll literally leave. He'll just be like, nah, fuck this. See ya, I'm out. This team can go screw itself. I can go anywhere else in the world and start winning trophies almost immediately because everybody would want to actually do it. Man United is one of the few clubs in the world that for the past decade plus has had everybody criticise what it actually is. Nobody's called it a football club. They've all called it a business. They've all called it commercial. And we're just reaping the seeds of our own destruction.
True. Match, I wonder if Glasner is under pressure now, not going well for Palace recently. Well, there is talks of him, Matt, apparently earmarked as the new Spurs manager for next season. So
maybe that's why that might be why he's probably throwing the Newcastle games like, I wonder if I can lose games badly enough, I could get sacked quicker and then I can get the Tottenham job sooner.
Yeah, and done with. Quickly move on. How you doing, Matt? Budgie's asking, where's Anthony? Oh, the Arsenal play Madrid. Yeah, of course. You know that, Budgie. He'll always do that first of all, and then he'll come out and say he was eating some food or something like that.
He's currently playing Hide the Cucumber. If you know, you know.
Thank you, Mama. Please hit the like button. How you doing, brilliant? Ian saying, I'm not sure it's the job it used to be, or Amarin thought it was now.
No.
Yeah.
Won't be at all. You sort of have to feel a bit sorry for the manager because it's like, of course, when the opportunity is given to him there and then, he's going to take it, but it doesn't it's sort of like the people who've employed him have known exactly what is going to happen to him and then thrown him into the deep end. It's just like, psych, you now got to swim. But we've not given you swimming lessons. We've tied an anchor to your ankle, so you've got to swim against that. There's no lifeguards here to save you. So, yeah, enjoy it. And see how far back that hairline recedes to by the time we get to the end of the season.
Yeah.
That's to me, it's just, yeah. It makes absolutely no sense why you would appoint Amarim if there is no plan for this season, full stop. And that's exactly what it's looked like with this board. So they had no idea what they were doing for this season. They just looked at Amarim, thought, what's his age profile? He's young. Okay, that's it. Get him in. Okay, yeah, cool. He's got a bit of trophy pedigree to him. But you can't expect any person, so you can't take any single builder, the most talented builder in the world, right? You give him a project to build a house. You only give him a whole delivery of sheets of paper. And you say, build me a brick house from paper. Go for it. It's not going to work, is it?
Well, I suppose when you look at it, that's where the kind of similarities between West Ham and Man United at the moment. We've both got two managers in. And when you look at Amarin, he's had to pick up the pieces from Ten Hag. And we've got Potter that's had to try to pick up the pieces from obviously Lopetegui. And unfortunately, I think if you look at it, both managers are kind of hungover in certain respects because with ours, it's a case of sometimes, I mean, I didn't see the game on the weekend, but what I've heard of it was apparently it's supposed to be our best game so far. And we was very unlucky not to get Saint out of the game. But at the same point, we've seen previous games where he's like taken that one step forward and then kind of 3 steps back, which doesn't help because obviously the fan base suddenly think, hello, we're getting the same old kind of usual that we got before. from what we expect of Potter. But I don't know. Maybe you've got to look at what as much as we bought the players in, some of them obviously are not fit enough to be really wearing the claret and blue. Just like if you look at it, there's quite a few Man United players there you can say definitely don't deserve to wear the red and white.
No. Yeah, I think with Amarim's case, it's just completely just hung out to dry, and it's why I sort of think that the people who say, "Oh, that doesn't matter," like as a coach, as a manager, you should be able to get the best out of the players you've got, and it's like, but Manchester United are technically the exception to the rule because it's never been such a defeatist sort of mindset at a football club ever. And you're telling me that people who have already conceded defeat have to now undefeat themselves to then go on to be a victorious team. Like it's never going to work, even in the best case scenario. So it's just prolonging the inevitable. That is just complete and total decimation and failure. But he's got to hold the flag because, for instance, like team selections, everyone's going to say, "Oh, but you're playing this player, it's your fault." But it's like, okay, so take the one time he'll put somebody else in to switch it around, and then the same shit happens, or you still lose regardless. It's kind of like, well, what else can I do? You ask the fans that. What else can I do? I've tried every combination in the book. I've given every player a chance, but no matter what, with every chance I've given, I have been met with failure. So even if I do change tactically, I mean, we're going with back fives and still conceding lots of goals. That's not meant to happen. You're meant to be playing quite open and quite aggressive. Maybe a back three, you might go conceding 4 goals to Newcastle. Not a back five.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're saying that. I mean, look, Newcastle obviously are enjoying themselves at the moment because they're now 5-0 up. And Matt's saying bye-bye Glasner. Howard's saying, what is this? Suicide watch with Fuzzy fucking Neil Fuzz? He's good. Oh, he's good. He knows what his club's doing at the moment. Just watching the worst Champions League game at the moment. Words and pictures are saying, "Oh yeah, missed that. The early doors have closed for the final time. Hammers Football TV, good choice for a name. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you."
Early doors wasn't so early anymore. Had to call it. Couldn't call it late doors.
Yeah, because obviously they're late this all the time. As Pepsi alluded to last night, Hammered Football TV. Good evening, Pepsi. Hope you're doing well. Well done for changing decision on the Madrid penalty. And obviously, yes, catching up with good marketing, changing the name. Thank you very much. If you United against Wolves, there it is. And before we're going to bring him in, watch Newcastle till 3-0. It's a game over there. Can see Forest dropping out the top 5 teams around them hitting form, which is true. Let's bring him in. Good evening. Good evening. All good. All good. We're waiting for the Arsenal fan to show his head. Maybe he's a bit kind of bit contentious at the moment because the way the game's going. Saka's lost a penalty.
I mean, it's 0-0 at half time, and Real Madrid haven't tested via that much. So let's be honest.
This is true.
They're in a good place. So
I agree on that.
They'll still find an excuse to win. Do you know what gooners are like?
Taking a page out of the Liverpool book.
Absolutely. Always the victims.
As I say, Newcastle could finish second this season. That'd be an interesting one to see that. Oh, you imagine that.
I haven't even checked. What's the Newcastle score?
5-0. 5-0. Yeah,
okay, yeah, fair enough.
5-0.
It makes us feel a bit better about ourselves.
Well, yeah, but Palace have also been on really good form recently as well.
They have. That's it. Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look, Michael Bleaser just said there, Newcastle 5-0 up after 60 minutes.
Mental. Yeah, I feel better now. We lost to a top 3 team. on Sunday, like that.
Yeah, well, Fuzzy just been talking about Man United and obviously, with Amarin and what's been going on, etc. So, yes, that's good.
Jury's still out at the moment for me.
Yeah. Let's see what the old dickhead's
I think
doing.
Cantona's probably right with his viewpoint that it's, you have to wait for Amarim to get players that he would want to have in his system, as opposed to players he doesn't want at this football club. Full stop. To be like, yeah, let's put all of these pieces together. You get a load of boxes of old jigsaws that have been tucked at the bottom of your attic for like decades, but half of the pieces from each of them are missing.
Yeah.
And it's like you go to put all the pieces together. It's like, yeah, none of these pieces like fix up. So you'll go and ask Sergio Ramos, can you buy me a new jigsaw which has got all the right pieces in? It's like, fuck off. Not paying £5 for a new jigsaw. You can work with what you got.
Thing is, I mean, I've read, like, if we're looking at Rashford, Anthony, Sancho actually going, even just to permanently get them off the wage books, we're looking at what, 150, 200 million potentially. He's going to need 2 or 3 transfer windows. Bear in mind, he's changing the system to something completely different. So many of those players ever played. He's brought in one player. Yes, there's still a couple of good players on that side. I think Bruno's adapted really well. Bit of standout player. But it's like having a star player at a Sunday League team, isn't it? Everyone else just looks completely bang average, and the players are not competing with him. And that for me is a big reality. So I think he's going to need 2 or 3 transfer windows. But how many managers are going to get the time when things ain't working from the off? And that's the other thing as well, isn't it? Depends how Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos and how brutal they want to be with it. They want to get someone who's going to change things long term, or someone who's going to get results now. And obviously, last 10 years, has not worked, has it? So interesting to see. It's always going to be up for debate until we win the league again in about 50 years' time.
50 years. I mean, Matt's saying Amarin should have chosen West Ham, although I wonder who is worse, Ratcliffe or Sullivan? Yeah, there's a big question. There's just teams are struggling with poor ownership. Very true. Matt, I wouldn't take Odegaard on loan. No way, mate. Not at all. I mean, I know there's a question you're going to come up to in a minute. I suppose we're looking for a new manager Friday morning in Frankfurt, hopefully do the business. Glasner is the one, apparently. Quiz starting after the Arsenal game. Bloody Van Dijk with the winner. Yeah, I know. Lee Gunner going to struggle with Sullivan in transfer negotiations in the summer. We'll see with what's going to happen there. If Sullivan's still going to be in charge of the thing. Would you take anyone from Man United, Tony? No, not at this stage.
Might take De Ligt, though.
Might
take De Ligt or
Didn't you want Harry?
Might take a centre back, to be fair.
You wanted Harry Maguire last year. What happened? What suddenly? No, don't want him.
I didn't want Harry Maguire.
You wanted Scott McTominay too.
Yeah, but at least he scores. That's the difference.
You can have Jesse Lingard again if you want. You can have him. He was half decent for you for about 4 months.
Can give you Johnny Evans.
Not until the
just to make us feel better.
Wanted more money.
You can have both of our goalkeepers. There you go, have them.
We recommend signing Andre Onana rather than a goalkeeper as a midfielder.
I mean, he can pass the ball. He can spray it about a little bit. So,
have you seen the videos where he goes playing these casual, like what during summer breaks and everything, playing with his mates and stuff? Like he's just skilling people off the ball like 24/7. Like he's just ending careers and breaking ankles. You're like, right? And he really is just trying to make it.
So maybe Amarin will start him on the wing tomorrow night then. You know what I mean? Couple of injuries here and there because he's proved he isn't the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, we try and work the reverse thing where it's like against Tottenham Hotspur. I think it was when Sir Alex Ferguson went to put Rio Ferdinand in goal. That didn't work, so we went and put what was it? John O'Shea in goal straight after that.
Kept a clean sheet.
Do the opposite. It's just stick an outfield player in goal, but just put Onana out into into the pitch and he's happy.
I mean,
days.
Man City one time brought David James on and put him up centre forward trying to win a game when they were losing.
That's all right. Remember that one as well.
Obviously,
Yeah.
that didn't work, but
What it should have done is then you had Costel Pantilimon, the 6 foot, I think it's like nearly 7 foot tall goalkeeper.
massive, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He might start Harry Maguire up front tomorrow night. You know what I mean? With Xerxes now out for the rest of the season, I think Harry Maguire's XG for the last 5 minutes in the game the other night was better than Hoyland's all season. Scored just as many as well, hasn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. You see the thing I showed Christian earlier, and that how many people have scored goals. I think it was 75 players have scored more goals than Hoyland this season so far.
That's pretty bad.
Yes. Matt Foster saying Early Doors Football TV should have been renamed Forever Delayed, like the album title for Manic Street Preachers. Appreciate that, Matt. That's good. Good evening to JB as well. And yes, mate, it is now known as Hammers Football TV. New name, rebrand. Starting from that point onwards, so doing very well for itself so far. Quizmaster sounds like he's on the moon.
Is it that bad? Is it that bad?
That's better.
Right, sound check.
1 2 1 2.
I've never done a sound check before, but if it works, is that a bit clearer now? Yeah.
Just give us a sound check by subtly telling us the answers to the quiz questions.
if only it was that simple.
The longest sound people up, damn.
Evening, Trosh. Yeah, Rice playing well, the scumbag. Palace were on a good run, but shipped 10 goals the last 2 games. That says it all.
They wish they were United.
No flying pig tonight for you. Flying pig, what a man. Rashford pretty tasty last night. Yep. Are they losing? More fun when he rants.
Good game again last night, wasn't it? Proper Champions League football, that, and fair play to Villa. They gave it a go, but I think that third goal at Parc des Princes last week just killed the tide, didn't it?
That is, yeah, that is true. Sam Allardyce will be in charge of Manure next season. I'm about to say he's too good for him, though.
I swear, if Sam Allardyce manages to get into being Man United manager, I swear there's probably some English mafia that's involved with the club. They'll have police sniffing all over Carrington.
I thought that was all speculation. They never proved anything.
Allegedly.
100% win rate is England manager, though, right? For the one game he took charge.
Yeah.
You take that, wouldn't you, though? You know, that's it.
I mean, that's a flex. You've got nothing else, have you?
What's your record? 100%. Bye-bye.
Better than any other. Better than Sir Alf, yeah.
Yeah, beat that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why did he take off Rashford last night?
I don't know.
He's saving him.
Who did he swap him out? Was it a Watkins straight swap?
I'm not too sure. I missed that part myself, I must admit.
I mean, he's playing well, but you can't leave Watkins loyal servant. He's dangerous, last half an hour type of thing. I think that was kind of the mentality, wasn't it? But
true. I just see the comments between Howard and the Trosh and Matt. Obviously, Matt's put Rooney sucks, Howard. The Trosh put, I thought he sucked grannies, not granddads, he means. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's true, usually. Yeah, that's the thing. We joke, Matt, fuzzy jokes about McTominay, but yeah, he's doing well out in Italy.
And he's doing out well in Spain, and Rashford's doing well at Aston Villa. I think there might be a problem at United, not with the players.
This is true. I think Ancelotti. Oh, do you think they'll get him?
I mean, yeah, 100%. You wouldn't turn that down if he was going to turn up, would you?
No.
That's for sure. Buying one up, Kane as usual. Big up to I Am Titanium. Good to see you. Big up, guys. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're doing very well. Yeah. Okay. Frog said it wasn't Watkins that replaced him. Please let us know then, Frog, who it was. Holy shit, 5-0, Budgie's saying. Right. So, I don't know what's going on with Anthony. Either he's stunned that Saka didn't score that penalty and he's gone into a shell.
You can't get signal hiding underneath the sofa.
So we're going to start off a quiz. We're going to do it with, and what we do with this, there's no Anthony. It'll be like us two plus what we can with the chat. I've got my pen and paper ready to go here and that. So I think if you ask the questions, people in the chat, Will's going to be asking questions as he normally does. And what we're going to give on this, we'll give a limit of, say, 3 minutes for you to give your answers out. So, Will give you a question. You've got 3 minutes to answer. If you go beyond the 3 minutes, then it's not going to count. All right? Everyone okay with that?
Do we just actually say out the answers that we think it is, or do we just?
Well, me and you will do. Yes, that's for sure.
Okay.
And,
I won't confirm or deny. I'll give it a couple of minutes, and I'll let Tony just tell me when I can give them out. I mean, some of them are going to be on there. Every round's a little bit different because I've gone a little bit more tech this time, so I have a little presentation. Right, hold on. How am I doing this?
Point system out. How are you doing points?
Point a question.
Okay.
Half point if it's half a question or not quite right. Right, hold on. What am I doing? Try that again. Right, share screen. Right, what can you lot see at the moment?
Nothing at the moment, mate. Okay. Need to change petty rules now to start line up. Good evening, Leon. Hope you see you as well. Good evening, all. And evening to Ray as well.
Right.
Evening, Ray.
Let's jump back on here.
Frog says, apologies, it was Watkins. I thought it was Barkley, who I've never heard of. No worries.
Who's Barkley?
What's his name? Here we go.
Ross.
Right. Let's add this to the stage. There you go. We've got it there.
Right, there is some. I don't know what you guys are seeing at the moment. I don't know if you can make my sort of window full screen because some of this is a little bit visual. If not, I'll read out what I can.
I think if you're have you got it on presentation mode?
I have, yeah.
Have you? No. You've got it on the one on the left-hand side there. That's the presentation one there.
That's what I clicked on. What you see? Is that what you're seeing now? I can't see.
No, it's still showing the normal.
Hold on. Why is it doing that? Right, what are we seeing? Oh, let's go back to this a second.
Fuzzy.
Oh, hold on. Why is it doing that?
Well, while Will's doing that, I am is asking, would you take Jay Murphy at Man United?
I'll take anybody with a pulse at the moment because you don't have options.
Right, has that gone full screen yet? Because all I can see is my own presentation on here.
No, still.
No.
Why
Still
is
the
it
same.
doing that? Hold on.
You've got it on animations at the moment. So go to slideshow, top bar. Yeah. And then from beginning, and that should then.
Is that triggered it for you guys as well?
No.
Is
it opening a separate tab?
No, it should. If you go from beginning, it should then go full screen for him.
Yeah, so I've been on.
If it's gone full screen for me. I don't know if it then would require you to then select the presentation as the full screen window rather than this set window.
Tony, would it be easier if I just pinged it to you quickly and you open it up and just control the mouse with it?
Yeah, see what I can do from my end. Yeah.
No worries. No, you're more technologically advanced than I am. I'm a bit of a dinosaur, aren't I?
Can we get some Microsoft training in the house? Right, say it's like a school presentation going wrong.
Listen, I've been asked to use a system for the first time I've never used before, all right? But fair point as well, because this is meant to be professional, is it not?
Yeah.
Are you being paid to do it?
No, this is all about the bands.
Absolutely. Usual saying it's 1-1 now. And Frog saying, is that 2 pens Arsenal have missed tonight? Oh, I don't know about the other one. Have I missed one? Michael Blease saying Windows 95 out of date now.
I'm still. Oh wow, it's now doing this again. I'm not sure. Okay, so you know what? We can wing this in another way. So I either leave the presentation, we'll wait out for another occasion. If not, what I'll do is I'll just reel out some questions.
Yeah, well, as Trosh says, it's far easier with overhead projectors and nice pens. I don't think
I should have done
interactive whiteboards.
And Howard's saying there is platforms online we can use to quiz. Yeah, I mean we'll look at that. I mean, look, it was working earlier because I've seen it. So, but yeah. It could be just StreamYard or one of the two, but we can get there. We can get there.
We'll work out the technicalities. We'll go up do it again. As I say, I've got multiple football-based questions sitting here. It's question and answer, but do you know what? We can go with that. That's no harm at all, is it? We're still going to achieve something. So, for this one, I have got 4 football-related subjects with a good 10. We can go with 10 questions from each, and then see how we get on. I've got some general knowledge sitting here as well. So, my subject rounds. This feels bad without technology, but what we're going to do? I've got domestic football. I've got Premier League. I've got international. I've got European football. So, who wants to pick the first category?
Well, I'll let Tony go first.
Well, let's start from we'll go with domestic, eh? We'll go with domestic.
We'll go with domestic. Wonderful. Right, what I am literally doing as I speak, because I cannot see you guys at the moment, so I don't know who's answering what. So, we'll start with the first question. We'll see what the delay is and see if we get the other laptop loaded up so I can actually see what you guys are doing at the same time. So, question 1 is, who is the only English player to win 4 league titles in 4 different leagues?
The only English player?
Only English player.
Ooh. Is it in European leagues? 4 European leagues or just any league?
Any league. If you think about it, how many English players go outside the Premier League?
Can either of us answer this, or is it?
Yeah, it's open question. I'm happy to clue in on any questions. I appreciate some of these have been made incredibly difficult.
I want to say David Beckham.
David Beckham is your correct answer.
So, from that, Budgie's got 1, Fuzz has got 1, and I Am Titanium has also got 1 as well.
Into 2, 1.
Michael
So
Blees also picks. Yeah.
All right,
Brendan. Budgie wants European questions. We're coming to that one. Can I call you Big Willie Titanium saying? Yeah, so Beckham, Bex, buying there, losing 2-1. Wow. Michael Blees says to Bex. Brendan says Bex as well. Is this international, not domestic though? Well, he's saying it's an domestic player playing for 4 different.
Yeah, it could be any questions about a domestic entity.
That's not right.
I mean, let's be honest, right? Beckham himself is domestic, and then obviously decided still English throw Eddie. I'm still saying that's domestic, so.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the feedback, and I will take that forward and do better for the future. It's all about learning.
Absolutely.
Right, you're going to tell me when you're ready for the next question. I don't want to hold anything up, but I can't see the screen at the moment.
Yeah, so we go for question number 2 now.
Okay, who is the only player to score in 4 FA Cup finals?
Four FA Cup finals.
4 FA Cup finals.
No idea.
Now retired. That helps. Big player.
Big player.
I would suggest big player, yeah, of his era.
Well, it's not Andy Carroll within, that's for sure.
Okay, let's go back a few years. Who's had periods of getting to multiple FA Cups finals? Who's done pretty well, sort of cup-wise?
Well, I was thinking Arsene Wenger's Arsenal, but
okay, so they went for a period. I'd probably suggest it's a little bit before that. We're not talking too far in history. I think we're looking at 2007 being one, 2009 possibly, all the way up to 2017-18.
so he retired about 2017-18 then, roughly.
Give or take, yeah. He first come onto the scene in the Premier League 2005-06, give or take. I think he scored just under 100 goals. It was an absolute unit up front for a team that may have had a little bit of investment.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
No, but Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank played at this team, moved on elsewhere. This other player come into the same team when the money started rolling in.
Drogba.
Drogba's correct.
Damn.
Yeah, so obviously we've got on this is going on some of the comments there. Let's have a look there. So yeah, Budgie's put Frank Lampard Jr. says no. Aguero, Matt's saying there. Howard saying Sheringham. Don't comment yet. Hashtag Gerrard. Agreed. Gerrard again from Mama. Aces has got Drogba as well. Chelsea player Frog saying Flampard got to be Chelsea. Rooney, I was saying Henry, maybe played for more than one club. And of course, then they're coming in. Yeah, so Matt's coming with that there. So we go on to the next question as I'm adding it up.
Okay. Gretna were the last of many Scottish sides to do what? Last achieving this in the 2001-2002 season.
I want to say win an English trophy.
You're not right. You're not far wrong.
Ooh.
You're in the right ballpark.
Also, last team to play in an English competition.
I'll give you that. Yeah, they were the last team outside of the English leagues to play in the FA Cup. So quite common with Scottish sides, pretty much all the way through the 1900s, all the way through. But yeah, obviously we know we've got teams that fall outside England in the English league, but yeah, they are the last Scottish team out of many to do so to play in the FA Cup in 2001-2002.
So we say that's half a point then, as it's sort of.
I mean, you said a domestic cup, so yeah, at least half a point. You've only got a few to choose from, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, like Howard saying, playing the English league. So I think you've kind of covered that. Buddy's going FA Cup fourth round.
I think they got to the third when I was doing the fact check on this. I think they got to the third or fourth round maybe a couple of times in 01-02. I think it was a prelim, but respectfully they were entered into it, and now they've settled purely on the Scottish version.
Well, Liam's got it right. He's put in the third round. Had marriage on the field as it's green. Matt saying, I know this answer, but I forgot. I've heard about this the other day. Oh, he's gone. Eloping, obviously, for there. That's
Talk about Greta Thunberg.
Oh, well, right. I said Gretna, not Greta Thunberg.
Beat English team in the FA Cup.
I mean, technically, if they got past the first prelim round, then yeah, that's true.
Next question, then, mate.
Okay. The only English, so we're back to English players, right? Just for everyone on this channel. So, only English player to have won the Ballon d'Or twice.
Owen Hargreaves?
No. Prior to him. We know of this player. Long retired, very long retired. We know of this player.
Trevor Francis.
Actually, it's not Trevor Francis, but he would have played pretty much in the same team, English team, probably at the same time. So you're really not far. You're not far out. It's not the right player. Someone who's probably bigger. It wasn't Gary Lineker, no.
So people are coming in the check. So I think me and Fuzzy are struggling. Brendan's coming in with Keegan.
Kevin Keegan is correct.
So point with it from there.
And he played, I think he was at Hamburg at the time, so he didn't win the Ballon d'Or in it for an English side. I think he was at Hamburg for both of those seasons.
Budgie put Bobby Charlton.
So Bobby Charlton did win it, but back in '66, only won it the once. Owen has also won it as well.
Yeah, so Michael got that point for that as well. I am Titanium's gone Stanley Matthews.
First winner of it, I believe, in 1950. It might have been 1950. Very early to mid 50s.
Mama's gone with Keegan as well. Frog's gone with Best. I am Titanium said Moore. Come on.
Moore never won it. Best did win it in '68 when United, winning this shirt, won the Champions League for the first time. Well, European Cup, that's what it's called, then, isn't it?
Brendan's saying Frog, come on there. He's from the North Iron. Ace has gone with Sideburns Kevin Keegan.
I thought it was more about the perm.
Might be Ancelotti sacked now. Saka's made it 1-0.
1-0. Oh, he silly bollocks. All right, lads. Ton, I messaged you. I'm just going to have a look at it there, mate. On the show tonight, I had to cut the back of my head on the corner of a wall. Happened after commenting on Fuzzy's show earlier. So apparently, what he's done, he's poor sod, is fell off the ladder, cut the back of his head on the corner of a wall. Happened after I commented on Fuzzy's show earlier. So that show, HotFuzz44, can fuck off now. To be honest, I can't even concentrate on the game tonight.
There's constantly sending messages about fucking people on his building site and saying to call loads of his building colleagues pricks.
Let's go for the next question then.
Cool. That could be offside.
Curly Bob. I was saying, good evening, Anthony. I thought I saw a bull mastiff tied to a Talbot Sunbeam in the car park. I don't know. I think he was played in the middle there, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, it's just that first phase of the game out on the wing. It looked like it could have been that. I mean, that was on, but the first phase looked like it could have been definitely. But they're not going to go back that far.
Yeah, well, no.
You happy for the next question?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Wonderful. So, number 5. Axel Twanzebe, we all know of Ipswich, the mighty Ipswich Town, has a Guinness World Record for the fastest person ever to complete which board game? This is going to be one of those, you either know it or you don't. So you're going to need some clues.
Oh, no. What's happened here?
Oh, dear.
Oh, is that number 2? Salib was just gifted them a goal.
Is that checkers?
Board game?
It's not checkers. It's a kids board game, probably.
Snakes and ladders.
Okay. Kids from the 90s. That would include myself within that. Fun kids game. You see it in Toys R Us. It's all brightly coloured. It's amazing. I will give you the time in which he completed this kids board game that might help out a little bit. It was 17.36 seconds.
Connect 4.
No. But there is a common...
Tic-tac-toe.
No. Connect 4 is probably the closest you've got so far. There is a slight common thing. What do you need for Connect 4?
Pieces.
Right.
Hold on, no. You said Connect 4, and my head's gone to Kaplunk. Don't know why. This might be why I lose every game of Connect 4 I ever play. So, let's go with Kaplunk for a moment. What do you need for Kaplunk to work?
You need pieces. You need a mouse. Is it Kaplunk? Oh, no, Kaplunk is.
No, you're thinking now Mousetrap.
Yeah. Oh, you need marbles.
Okay, perfect. You're right place. Think of a kids' game. I would say 90s. It might have started earlier, but it's still around now. You get a few players, a load of little balls together. What is it you're playing?
Hungry Hippos.
Hungry Hippos is absolutely correct. You Google that now, you'll see a picture of him holding his little Guinness World Record. He completed Hungry Hippos in 17.36 seconds.
Wow.
Why? I mean, good on him. He's got to win a trophy somewhere, hasn't he?
True. Spreader saying Scrabble. Leon went with Monopoly. So we can just comment, answer any time. You got 3 minutes side of Titanium, basically maximum of kind of 3 minutes. We've actually got to there. Snakes and ladders you put in there. One is saying Howard said snakes and ladders as well. Colin came in late with Keegan, so there's no point for there. Mousetrap, yeah. So
it's got everyone nostalgic for football-based questions. So I don't think that's too bad, is it?
Trivial Pursuit. Battleships. Budgie's gone with Battleships. Jumanji. Jumanji.
Complete game of Jumanji in 17 seconds.
Anthony's got him with Naked Twister.
How do you complete Naked Twister on your own in 17.36 seconds? And let's hope there's no video footage of that.
Oh dear, but, well, yeah.
He clears the board.
I'll give,
Drops the pants.
Frog came in with that as well. Hungry Pose. Sticky Biscuit.
Oh, Christ.
Buckaroo.
That's not a fun game to play on your own.
Yeah, me. Crossbow Ace is coming with Hungry Pose as well. I'll allow him to have that one as well. What an achievement he said there. I think we list all marbles. Yeah, that's for sure. Colin answers when he could come up from where it seems. Usually call him Conkers. Next question, please, Will.
Okay, I've got a West Ham question for you, Tone, because I did actually promise you one. Right? So you've got to be able to get this right now.
Oh,
just one, no pressure. Okay, so what was unusual about Alvin Martin's league hat-trick against Newcastle United in 1986?
Oh, the thing is, I know the bloody answer to this as well.
Tell us.
They're all handballs.
Oh, it was only spoken about a couple of weeks back.
I can't say this has happened all too often. It is one of those. It is genuinely possible. I don't know if this is the last time it happened in the English game, but I can't imagine if there's been more than one since, if it has. But this was quite famous. I think it was quite a first time this had ever happened. You've scored a hat-trick in a league game against Newcastle United in 1986. What makes it odd? What makes it very different? Makes it one-off?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, now I've seen people put in the chat, and that is, I remember the conversation now. So I am going to let the people in the chat get this one, Will.
Okay.
And I'll be fair. I'll be fair on that one. So Brendan's coming in with his three keepers.
Yeah, that's correct. 3 different goalkeepers.
Yeah.
I think it was the Chelsea game, wasn't there, back in the day against Reading? That was when Cech got injured, Kudicini got injured, John Terry finished up in goal, but nobody scored a hat-trick that game. So
yeah. Ian's also got it right as well.
The I've got the feeling the 3 headers does actually exist in Premier League history. I'll need to go and have a look. I think I read somewhere it's Duncan Ferguson or something, but I'll need to. That's not in my question bank anyway. But yeah, 3 goalkeepers. Can't imagine that happens all too often.
Yeah, Michael put there as well. Howard's also gone through it as well. 3 keepers. I am Taylor scored one with his knob.
all three legs. Why not? We've all done it.
Ray's also put 3 headers as well. Anthony said he scored against 2 or 3 goalkeepers. So yeah, Anthony's in there finally. Brendan Wilshie, she's right beside me and playing around, mate. Very nice. Lucky man, Colin, absolutely. Budgie said, sorry, you've got to go, peeps, and prep the studio. Budgie, thanks for being in, mate, and good luck with the show tonight as well. See you soon, Budgie. We'll say goodbye. Next question, please, Will.
Okay. Karen Brady, whilst chairman of Birmingham, once sold Paul Pescasolido to Stoke for £400,000. What was odd about this? So it's the same Karen Brady that turned up at your mob, Tony.
What was odd about? So £400,000.
So I'll read it again just so we're really clear. So Karen Brady, whilst chairman of Birmingham City, once sold Paul Pescasolido to Stoke for £400,000. Why was this odd?
Well, she was married to him, wasn't she? You know.
There's your answer. Correct. Who tells your husband? I don't know how far Stoke and Birmingham are away, but you're a bit shit, love. Guess what? You're going to Stoke.
You're going, yeah, exactly. I mean, Brendan's got it right. He said her husband.
Yeah.
Howard was she was banging him.
I mean, not all husband and wives bang. So is that correct? I don't really know. Well, they don't at least bang each other all the time, do they?
Yeah, usually got it right as well. Her husband. Mama's also got it right. Her husband. Matt
Apparently,
as well.
everyone knew this one.
Got this one as well. Married to him, yeah. Ian, well done. Yeah, Leon as well. It was her husband at the time. Yeah, well done, Michael as well. Marriage Aces is saying as well. She pimped him out, usual saying. Leah said he was glad to go. Yeah, about right as well. Next question, please, Will.
How many questions have I done so far?
You're on to the 8th.
Oh, is this number 8?
Yes.
Right, we'll leave this as the final one for domestic football, right? And we'll stretch out wherever we need to elsewhere.
Yeah.
I've got some other bits. So, last one for domestic football. Eddie Howe is the first English manager to win a trophy since whom? So obviously, Newcastle United, for those of you who don't know, won the League Cup a couple of weeks ago. First English manager to win a domestic trophy since who? The answer to this shows you how bad English managers are. Let's put it this way. It wasn't last season.
Barry Ferguson.
He's not even English.
No, Barry Fry. I mean, Barry Fry.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I'm not counting the Football League trophy or whatever denominational name it's got these days. I'm talking big boy stuff.
I think was it a Man United manager?
No, because the last Man United manager was Ron Atkinson. Well, technically, Michael Carrick took over for 3 games, but that don't count. He didn't win anything. But no, we're talking.
Gerrard, would it?
No, I don't think he's won anything. He never won a league.
No, he's not won anything. Wasn't it before? Because he went off to, he's at Portsmouth, then he went off to Southampton.
Right, where are you going with this?
H. He was known as H at West Ham.
Okay, and what was he called in real life? For everybody.
Redknapp.
Wonderful. Who did he win that trophy with?
Well, I mentioned Portsmouth.
It wasn't them.
Wait,
God.
Who's the name?
Hold on. Was it Portsmouth? Was it Portsmouth FA Cup 2? It was the answer's 2008. Who won the FA Cup in 2008?
That sounds about right.
If not, I mean, the answer's definitely 08 because I've absolutely checked it. It's been on TalkSport all over the gaff since Eddie Howe won the trophy. I had it down as Spurs in 08 for the League Cup, but you're right, Portsmouth might have won the FA Cup in 08, and he was definitely, either way, 2008, that's a bloody long time ago, and Harry Redknapp was the last English manager. Happy with that?
Yep, so
I'm counting that, Tone. That's definitely a clear point for you, so...
So Titaman's got it right as well. Michael Blees has also got it right as well. He said Portsmouth 2008. There you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Matt, 2008 as well. Got to be Portsmouth with Redknapp. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Yeah. Usually saying Alpha Ramsey versus Cardiff. Carnu scored. Bloody hell, yeah.
United, to be fair, I mean, talking to Portsmouth that year, United won for the treble. Bear in mind, we won the league and the Champions League in that year, and they knocked us out at Old Trafford in the quarter-finals or something. It was mental. It's one of those things, isn't it? But yeah, Harry Redknapp is absolutely the correct answer.
Good evening, Lee. Good to see you. Hello, everyone. Hope you're keeping well, Lee. Aces, Pompey, Harry Redknapp, 08 Cup final. And Leon's also saying... Georgia, the Arsenal dude, can't remember his surname.
What, George Graham? Who's Scottish.
Pompey, Portsmouth.
Yeah. Right, we're happy. Everyone knows the answer to that. There we are. There's my fact checking. Everyone's happy. Sweet.
Budgie say Southampton never won football, so it's Portsmouth. Cheers.
Did Southampton win the FA Cup in the 70s?
Yeah, I think that was like, yeah. We'll affect that. Yeah. Tom's the right last English manager. Frog saying Portsmouth won the FA Cup in 2008. Must have been blacked out that year. I went far. Yeah, it annoyed me. We couldn't win the treble that year.
Yeah, one of those things, isn't it?
2010 as well, didn't they?
So, I think Harry got them to 2 finals. Yeah, there's a load of things going. What was the name of that bloke who owned them? Went and bought Reading in.
Didn't he screw? Didn't he absolutely? He overspent, done a Blackburn, screwed them, and they ended up falling down, and he had to sell them off cut price and player wages, all of that with it.
Yeah, well, that's where they had that fake sheikh coming and apparently, was going to buy the club, and he didn't have a pot of piss in, basically.
Yeah, but they're not the only club to have done it. Let's be honest. We've seen it happen with Blackburn and a few other teams, Leeds even. You know what I mean? It's all kind of dropped down, money goes away. Just the disparity between the top two leagues, isn't it?
True. Ace is also saying 2008, the same time as Tottenham last won a trophy.
Yeah, to be fair, when I done the fact check on that, I was like, it was either at Spurs or Portsmouth that year. Couldn't remember which one, but obviously, yeah, they were the two domestic trophy winners that year. Obviously, just for reference for anybody else, United won the Champions League and the actual Premier League that season. So, in case anyone forgot about that. Right, we've got Premier League, International, European football as our next three categories.
We'll go with that. We'll go with go European next.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have got 10 questions here, but let us know how many you want. Obviously, we've got flexibility in this. So, question here. This one's a bit wordy, but stick with me. So, who is the only player to have won the Champions League, Europa League, the European Conference League, or whatever that thing West Ham won, the European Super Cup, and the Euros?
And the Euros. Oh.
I know, it's a bit wordy, that one. So I'll repeat the competitions again. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, European Super Cup, the Charity Shield of the European finals, but either way, and the Euros.
Emerson?
Emerson is absolutely correct.
Oh.
Well done.
It's
It's one of those you either know or you don't, isn't it?
Because I'm thinking from the Roma team, because nobody else has been in the Europa Conference League winning teams, as no one's really been as much of a journeyman.
Yeah, no, it's a great shout.
That player.
Yeah, Brendan's got it. Budgie's got it. Matt's got it. Michael Bleezer's got it. Toe's been stitched up. Howard's also got there as well. Leon's gone Ronaldo. Brendan said, "Oh, we make up another answer here." Anthony Herbert is saying Emma now. I'd say Palmieri, like a kipper. Yeah, it's Emerson. Ace is also saying Emerson as well.
Apparently that answer was common knowledge, but yeah, you got that well quick. So yeah, great shout on it.
I think everybody
which Emerson?
got it quick.
I am trying to say which Emerson. Say his full name.
Not the one from Middlesbrough in the late 90s, early noughties with the massive hair. A different guy.
The Italian fullback Emerson.
Yeah, well, he's still with your mob, isn't he, Tony?
Yes, he is indeed. He is indeed. Yeah, and Budgie said he has tattles of all of the trophies.
He's running out of skin on one arm at least, isn't he?
Next question, please, mate.
Next question is only player to win. Right, so this European football, this isn't English necessarily. It is in English. Only player to win back-to-back trebles with two different clubs. The trebles will be the domestic league, the Champions League, and their main cup competition.
Back-to-back domestic trebles. Would you have done it with one club or multiple?
No, so he won it with one club, moved to another club, done exactly the same thing the next year in a different league. This player respectfully has now retired. Did appear in the Premier League quite randomly at Everton. I think on loan at Chelsea.
Oh, no. Can't have been recent then, can it?
I mean, we would have grown up watching this player. Noughties player, noughties and tens, absolutely. Never played. Obviously, this player wasn't part of a big nation, but a big player, solid player, part of the best teams in Europe at the time.
So Everton and Chelsea were two of his.
Yeah, I'm
Premier League
sure the
clubs.
Everton link actually confuses everybody. But yeah, he turned up at Everton. I don't know what he did. It was very close to fuck all. But that's not what he's known for. That's not where he made his name. But he won the Champions League 2 years in a row, following a treble with the first club, and then went to the second club and won the treble again. I'll give you the teams that he won the Champions League treble with. So
Yeah.
Barcelona was his first one. He then moved to Inter Milan.
Samuel Eto'o.
Samuel Eto'o is correct. There was an unfortunate party that went as part of this move. Is Ibrahimovic went the other way. And Ibrahimovic never won the Champions League, and this guy won 2 through 1 transfer. So I would say I'd feel sorry for Ibra, but nah, not quite.
Budgie saying Beckham, Michael Blees saying CR7, Titanium saying Seedorf, Anthony Herbert's got Eto'o as well.
Yeah, Seedorf was multiple because I think Seedorf won it 3 times, or he's got like 3 or 4 finals or something similar like that. But yes, Eto'o is the back-to-back. So yeah, Barcelona team won the local treble, Champions League 09, and then Inter Milan's team in 10. So Eto'o is your answer.
That striker Arsenal at the Manure, they were saying. Aces has also got Eto'o. Usual's gone with Maguire. I'm Titanium. Has also gone for Eto'o. Matt's also gone with Eto'o. Shevchenko Ian's gone with. No. Michael Blees saying that Eto'o, the 40-year-old. Yeah, the later years, wasn't it? That's true.
Yeah, he turned up at Everton. I don't know if it was under Ancelotti, but he turned up randomly there for like 6 months on a January loan. It was a very, very odd situation. And I think he did 6 months at Chelsea as well. But
yeah, he wasn't that great then, was he? Gravson Thomas, Howard's gone with. No, not that one either, Howard. Forget his Prem days. Don't help. Yeah, true. He wasn't exactly great in the Prem then. Next question, please, Will.
Wonderful. Now retired Premier League goalkeeper, has the record for the most saves in a single World Cup match with 16, despite his nation losing 2-1 in that game.
Now retired goalkeeper.
So Premier League goalkeeper.
Right.
I'm not sure why this is under European football, because it's probably more of an international-based question, because this goalkeeper's not European. I'll put it in the wrong box, all right? Either way, it's still a damn good question. Right, so this goalkeeper's... You're talking one of the... I don't want to say how recent, but definitely within our adult lifetime. I would say the last 20 years. World Cup goalkeeper. Man United fans either love him or hate him because he was a little bit average.
Bartes.
No. So, non-European goalkeeper. 16 saves in a game I think his nation lost 2-1 to Belgium. 16 saves is a record in a World Cup match. The amount of saves in a single game.
Wasn't Tim Howard, was it?
He's absolutely correct.
But,
2010 World Cup. I think, USA lost 2-1 to Belgium.
Yeah.
As I say, don't know why it's in this section. I was obviously building questions.
I think you clued it away that it was a Man United goalkeeper. I was thinking, who's non-European?
Who's non-European? We went for a few G goalkeepers. It could have been Massimo Taibbi. That would have been a great shout. Albeit he was Italian.
I would have loved to have said that it would be Sergio Romero. Because he was like an MVP type goalkeeper who'd just make save after save.
Absolutely.
Titanium went with Lehman. Michael Blees with Southall. Budget with Peter Cech. Tim Howard.
Yeah.
Anthony's gone with a question mark. So, went on an E on that as well. I did cover this one as well, usual. I thought this one, Alec McNightmare. Tim Howard, the Yank, Michael Blees has gone with as well.
Andre Onana.
He's not going to make 16 saves in a season.
They 60 saves for the other team.
Tim Howard, well done, Matt.
Yeah.
Ray's saying Cluedo, Jeff Pike, Crowbar, Kitchen. Yes. Yeah, Leo Nix has gone with Howard as well. Tim Howard Aces. got that in yet. Your winner, Ray. Absolutely, 100%. Taibi, Aka, Bambi, and Rice. Jesus.
I mean, Tybee was a legend.
And so is this one, Phil McCracken.
I know that guy. Next question.
Next question.
Okay. Who was the last player to win the Ballon d'Or whilst playing for a club that was the same as his nationality? Budgie, I agree with you. So, I'll repeat that again. The last player to win the Ballon d'Or whilst playing at a club which is the same as his nationality. So, playing in his own domestic league.
Oh,
So you can wipe out 11 years with Messi and Ronaldo. You can wipe 11 years of history out of your mind, move that along. How far back are we going?
Probably about 20 years at this point.
You're not far out.
Bend over.
Played for West Ham, didn't he?
But yeah, Budgie's asking, is he Italian? Well, that's with a new Sullivan and goal.
The answer is he's not Italian.
And he's gone with Owen.
Michael Owen is correct.
Well,
The last player to win the Ballon d'Or
the one with
with Liverpool, yep, English player, last player in 2001. Everyone else has since been playing for a team that's not affiliated to their nationality.
Bloody hell.
I mean, Zidane doesn't count, right? He was Algerian. Are we correct with that one? But no, yeah, Michael Owen is absolutely correct.
Owen, 2001 Aces put in there as well. We even put the Terry Towling or Brian and you were saying it to win 4-3 on aggregate. Wow.
I've watched the wrong game. This has been really boring, by the way, isn't it?
Budgie's saying, Anthony, is your Google on Superfast or something?
He's about to sell his Giga Clear, isn't he?
He's quickly
Next question,
deleted
please,
his
mate.
catch.
Yeah, we'll move this along. Okay. Who is the only player to play full, the word full, not full international football across 4 decades? There's only one player to play across full international football across 4 decades.
Gianluigi Buffon.
No.
Well, I was going to say CR7, but it's probably not him either, is it?
No, I mean, to be fair, I don't think he's going to quite get there, is he? Know what he's 10s and 20s. This player first played for his international side in 1989 and made his last appearance for his international side in 2010. So 80s, 90s, noughties and 10s by technicality.
Pele.
No, he was 50s, 60s and very early 70s. This player did play in the Premier League but wasn't English.
Arsenal have just dispatched Madrid 2-1.
5-1 on aggregate. Oh, come on. Whatever.
Embarrass my 2 favourites. Good evening, Trip as well. Anthony Herbert looks very different today.
Good, different.
Budgie's put Pele.
No.
Brendan's put Zoff.
No. It wasn't Zoff. Obviously, he had a very long career, didn't he?
Howard has gone with Roger Miller.
Oh, because he played until about 100, didn't he?
He did, didn't he?
It wasn't Roger Miller. Let me clue you in a little bit more. He played
Modric?
for... It wasn't Modric. No, wasn't Modric. Again, 10s and 20s. Noughties, 10s and 20s. No, Cassius had retired, never made the 20s. Okay, so this player did play. It wasn't Japanese. This player's never appeared at World Cup. Was part of the Liverpool side that won the fake treble they bang on about in 01? Was part of that Liverpool side.
So
never played in a World Cup. I think he played for AC Milan, Ajax.
Was it this foreigner?
So, what's that?
Is it this foreigner?
Who is that? I'm looking at that going, hold on, that's a combination of about 8 names. No.
Zidane?
No.
Michael's put in there Grobbler.
Who did he play? Was he Zimbabwean or something? Bruce Grobbler?
Yeah.
The thing is with this question, it's all about the timing. You know what I mean? You get big right at the end of the decade. He is a goalkeeper. No, he's not a goalkeeper. What am I saying that for? It's because someone said Grobbler.
Brendan saying Coit.
Nope. This player never played at a World Cup. European nation. Never played at World Cup because they've just never been close enough to it.
Age coming with Jari Litmanen. Liverpool.
Absolutely bang on the money. Jari Litmanen is the only player to have played full internationals across 4 decades. Great shout.
Well done, Aces. Well done on that. And Howard said he played for Umbungo. Next question, please.
Justin Kluivert and Steven Jovetic are the only 2 players to ever do what?
Yeah, I'll think of that as well, Michael.
The only 2 players to do what?
In terms of European football, I'm talking about a bigger picture, not specific. What do we talk about when we say about European football and the best version of it as a wholesome? What do we talk about with European football?
Probably not that.
No. Is that? I mean, I want to ask. Is that worth trying? I don't know if that's the thing to try and do for either of the last 2 answers. Do you know what? These are funnier than the actual answer. Fucking, let's just go with these. Cards Against Humanity, like digital style.
Yeah, I was going to say. Michael, please saying get caught offside by VAR.
Because no one else has. Okay, so what people forget about Justin Kluivert, obviously he's at Bournemouth now, isn't
he? Yeah.
Yep.
Think about where he's played. His football.
Well.
Steven Jovetic appeared at Man City for a very brief period during obviously their rise and trying out different strikers, this, that and the other. Again, think about his coverage of league football. There's a few more players that have done some of this, which is to play.
Score a hat-trick in multiple leagues.
You're not far off with multiple leagues, and scoring is the answer. When you say multiple leagues, when we're talking about European football as an entity, what are we talking about? What are we really focusing on?
Champions League.
Yeah, so
that's the epitome of it. I'm just trying to find a way of wording this without giving too much away. Okay, if you're playing European football, you're non-European. Where are you going to aim for in Europe? What leagues are you going to aim for in Europe?
Top flight leagues.
Top flight leagues. How many of them are there?
I'll say if it's to do with like elite, then probably 5.
You've actually answered the question almost by accident. So
they've both played in all the top 5
Top 5 leagues,
Leagues.
but they've actually the only 2 players to have scored in the top 5 European leagues.
Okay.
So Germany, Spain, England, France, and Italy.
So Michael believes there. So he's putting there scored in the European Cup game. So would you give him a point or half a point on that?
I'd say half.
It's not about the European Cup, and well, that's down to you, Tone. I'm just a quizzing. I'm not the adjudicator.
I'll say.
I'm not the banker
I'll
on
say
Deal
go
or No
with-
Deal.
I'd say we'll go with like half a point because it's like we're just going through like hint after hint after hint.
I know. I was doing what I can without giving it away.
Yeah. Liam's put 5 as well, so we'll give him that. And good evening to Richard. Evening, lads. Hope you're keeping well. Just to let you know, Ant just smashed me saying Arteta in. Squeeze your lemons. Absolutely. Portugal say they are top league as well. That's true, Michael. Yeah, they do.
The Americans.
Next question,
Women's
please.
team. I'll move on. Okay. Which European side have the longest club name in football totality, with 26 words in its official title? We know it by 3 initials and a 5-letter word. I'll give you a clue. This is, I'll say a clue, it was in the question. European side. It wasn't in the top 5 leagues that I've mentioned, but it would be very close behind in 6th or 7th.
So 3 initials.
3 initials.
Because I was going to say, was it BVB Munchen Gladbach? Or...
Oh, you were going with Mönchengladbach.
Mm.
Okay, geographically, you're not terribly far out. You are in the wrong league, though. I would suggest this league are still pretty big, albeit not part of the top 5 European leagues. And not Portuguese either.
Belgium?
Okay, you're closer you're quite close geographically. Let's hone this in. Let's get the league centered.
Danish.
Now we're just dancing around it. What's in the middle of all of those 3 things you've just said? They're a big league because they've won. Their clubs have won Champions Leagues.
Oh, the Netherlands, isn't it?
The Netherlands, right? Okay, now we're somewhere. 3 initials and 5-letter word. We know them as. I haven't got the full answer because I couldn't be asked to type that out. I'd be here till Christmas. But in their official title, there is 26 words, which means some, I don't know, powerful shit.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, I'm going because obviously, yeah. I mean, Leon's got with PSG. I'm saying Mönchengladbach as well. Is it? No, because Eindhoven would be PSV Eindhoven. That's not 26, is it?
It's not PSV Eindhoven, but it's another team. I wouldn't say this team are massively big, but we've all heard of them.
Midlothian, no, it's not PSV. So it's in the Dutch league.
We are absolutely in the Dutch league. I'm literally just on.
What? They're currently in the top flight league at the moment, or are they?
You know what? I'd love to be able to tell you that, but I don't really follow the Dutch league. But again, a quick Google search if anyone. It needs to be me, didn't it? Because I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, I typed out Feyenoord. Last is Cambium de Louvre or Louvre.
That sounds no. I don't know what I'm reading there.
So basically, yeah. If you look at it, no one's got anything for that one. So we move on to the next question. So
I'll give you the answer though. The answer
please.
is NAC Breda.
Yeah,
Their full definition.
Sorry, how we got it in? Yeah, NEC Breda.
They have 26 words, and it's something powerful, inspiring, like the sort of stuff you hear, Cubs and Boys Brigades and stuff like that.
It's the lyrics to Tony's intro.
Yes.
Never give up. Hold on, I've got the English translation of what their full name of their club means. So it means never give up, always persevere, pleasant for entertainment, useful for relaxation, and the NAC. The C stands for combination to represent Breda's motion. Do you know what? That means nothing to me. Either way, They are officially the professional club with the longest club title.
But and well done, Howard, for getting that one. Anthony's gone, how do you nick a bollock? AFC Fly, Richard's gone with who I meant. Yeah, we get that. Next question, please, Matt. So this will be the last one of this round.
Wonderful. So, which is the only occasion in a full international game where a father was substituted off for their own son?
So
You would have heard there is only one occasion where a father in a full international game has been substituted for their own son. You've heard of the son. I would say long retired, played in the Premier League, a few different clubs.
The son, you mean, or do you mean both of them?
No, literally one replaced the other on the pitch. The only time in international history it's ever been done.
No.
Who threw up the last comment there?
You read?
What was the last comment? That is absolutely correct. Ida Good Johnson.
Well done.
So he was substituted off for his dad for Iceland, and they were both really pissed off because they would have been the first international father and son to play together, and the manager went, "Nah, fuck that, let's make another record." Took one off for the other.
It's trying for Canberra, leader of Verden. That's second division. But he's gone with Gibson Clang in Scotland. Right, so what's the next round we're moving on to?
What have we got left? So we've gone European football, we've gone domestic, so we've got Premier League or international. Tony, I think that's your shout. What are we going for next?
We're going for international.
Wonderful. I have 10 questions sitting here, luckily. No, I am not playing any music right now, so it might be near at 8. We'll start. We'll plow through it. So, first question is highest scoring game ever. Now we're talking professional leagues and registered scores. Took place in 2002 between Stade Olympique Lyon versus Adema in Madagascar. What did the score finish?
21-0.
Right. No. I'm going to do that.
I'm going to say like 52-0. 72-0.
More.
Right. Stop me dancing because I look like a twat.
90. Oh, God.
Gets bigger.
149.
Is absolutely correct. 149 nil. 149
Fuzzy.
nil. The highest
Hats
ever
off, no.
recorded score on record. Madagascar. As you can imagine, a team that lost 149 nil may have been slightly sabotaging the results.
Yeah.
They were protesting, but it's gone down as an official record, 149 nil.
Michael's gone with 49-0. Leon's gone with 96-1. Anthony with 135. Michael Bleed saying go a minute, basically. Big up to Daz as well. Big up to Tony panel with predictions soon after for the weekend. Thank you much, sir. Frog saying, "Oh, this the one where it was a protest." Yeah, that's it, Frog. Yeah. Matt said, "I've abandoned the game up to 20 goals."
The thing is, if they take kick-off every time, they're still playing the game. You did have the Australian one for back in the early noughties, didn't you? Where they beat, was it Western Samoa, like 36-0? And it turns out the Samoans weren't on protest, which makes that result even bloody worse. Makes Australia look like bloody Brazil. But anyway, I'll move on to the next question.
Michael Please says, yeah, but who kicked off?
I
The
mean, their
possession.
midfield, the person taking centre would have got their passing stats up quite a lot for that team during that game. Do you know what I mean? Like a training session. But yeah, absolutely was a protest. But it's still been recorded as an official result. So yeah, that is the highest scoring official game.
Look at that.
Yeah,
One
I
and
mean,
a half-
Possession
one and a half-
stats would have been quite good then.
1.5 goals per minute.
Which
Thanks,
means
Leon,
they
for
probably
that.
weren't celebrating after the first couple of goals, were they?
Jesus.
Can you imagine that? Oh, let's get it back to the centre so we can do it again. So,
Next question.
Question 2. In 1969, the 100-hour war broke out between which two nations after a World Cup qualifier?
Serbia and Kosovo.
No, they were just fighting for many other reasons, but not football related. This isn't Europe.
100-hour war. Wasn't like Boca Juniors and River Plate, was it?
Okay, geographically you're close, but we are talking international teams. So you're much closer. So in 1969, the 100-hour war broke out between which two nations after a World Cup qualifier? One of them did appear at a World Cup randomly in the last 10 years, maybe 11. Very small nation. Couple of Prem players in it. And this other team we've not seen near a World Cup because they're horrific. Well, I say that there's much better teams in their area.
So it's like southern South America. Is it?
Central
Central.
America. So
Yeah.
I believe that's going to include. I don't know the nation. I don't know if it's CONCACAF or CAF or whatever. Either way, you're including your Caribbean teams, your Mexicos. So we were in the right region with Cuba and Mexico, but it wasn't those two nations.
All right. Frog's gone with Salvador.
El Salvador is one of those teams. Absolutely correct.
Jamaica.
And Paraguay.
No, but they do have a bobsleigh team, but no, not quite them. It wasn't Paraguay, no, so I believe they're part of the South American efforts. I don't know what this CONCACAF stuff is. If it ain't UEFA, I don't know.
Dominican Republic.
Nope. This team appeared in blue and white at World Cup, I think, in 2014. Wilson Palacios, who I believe played for Spurs, Stoke, possibly Wigan, played for this team.
In 2014 World Cup, they were in our group as well, Costa Rica.
No, that was the 2010 World Cup.
I wasn't. Costa Rica in our group was with Italy and Uruguay.
Was that 2014? Okay,
Yeah,
this team.
Brazil World Cup.
I'm pretty sure it was this team at 2014 World Cup that appeared. Who did we beat 6-1 in the 2018 World Cup? Jesse Lingard scored, so they were terrible. This team has they've literally appeared once. It wasn't Belize.
It's not Albania.
No, so we're still in Caribbean-based area.
Leon's gone with Uruguay.
Similar kit colours, not Uruguay.
Ray's coming with Honduras.
There's your answer. The answer
Well done,
is
Ray.
absolutely Honduras. So, in 1969, the 100-hour war broke out between two nations, which was Honduras and El Salvador in qualifying for the 1970 World Cup.
Bloody hell.
If someone wants to Google when Honduras and whether we played them, I'm pretty sure Wilson Palacios was your Honduran. Not sure who he was playing for at the time. Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Next one.
You're not going to invite me back on again after this set of questions, are you?
Yeah, it'll be good. This is good.
Okay, so question number 4. I'm not singing this, I'm just going to say it. So, It's On Me Head Son, Not Off Me Head Son, is a song title for which parody. It was a parody England World Cup song featured in what film? This song later became the unofficial World Cup song 12 years later. So the song title is, it's not off me head, son. It's not on me head, son. From which parody England film?
What's his name? Was it Mike England? No, Mike Bassett.
Mike Bassett's England manager is absolutely correct. So the film was released in 2002, give or take. I thought that song was better than all our World Cup songs put together, by the way. Atomic Kitten was singing it, right? But then it became the unofficial World Cup song for Brazil in 24.
One more than
Leon's gone with that as well. Yeah, well done, Leon.
Yeah, that's a bit. It's a brilliant film because it's
Michael,
absolutely terrible.
please. Yeah,
Mike
coming in that as
Bassett.
well.
I think The Grimsby Boys is an excellent film for the English national team.
True.
Shoot the ref, shoot the ball.
He's asking again, how long did that war last between
100-hour war, so we're talking
100
what,
hours.
4.5 days, or whatever hours. 4 days and a bit.
Oh dear.
Yeah, literally 4 hours and 4 days and 4 hours.
Next question, then, please, mate.
Roughly, what percentage of Iceland's total population travelled to watch their quarter-final match versus France in Euro 2016?
30%.
It wasn't quite that high, but if you think about for a whole nation, this is still a pretty big number.
5.
Okay, you're closer, but it's between your two answers.
I'll say 15%. 12.
8%.
8% is your answer. So Iceland's population at the time was roughly 330,000 people, and 30,000 people turned up to France in Euro 2016. Bear in mind, they just knocked England out in the previous rounds. So that's pretty big numbers. I thought that was quite a cool stat.
Go with that. Best English song come from the Italian Job. Yeah.
No, that's the wrong film. Damn it.
Yeah, that's great. Escape. That's Escape, though.
Definitely the wrong film.
Lee went 85 there. Michael went 18. Ian R said 25. And Leon came back in with 8.5. So I'll give him half a point for that one. This is quite
I mean,
close.
to be fair, you think about it, there was probably a lot more people unrecorded that had turned up, but getting that close to the nation's population, I think it's pretty impressive.
Right, next question, please.
Hold on. There we go. Most goals in a calendar year scored by a single player was set by Lionel Messi, depending on what your accent is, lads. How many goals during that 2012 calendar year did he get?
91.
You know the answer to that. Great shout. Straight in there.
Well done, Fuzz.
You use that stat, then you can say he's better than Ronaldo.
I can't be. He didn't play for United. Not the greatest player of all time until you played for Manchester United.
Tom Cleverley played for Man United. Not sure he made the greatest ever player list.
He's better than Messi.
Eric Jemba.
Bebe.
Bebe. The fact he only cost 7 million means he's...
Still put your answer in, Michael. Still put your answer in. He's going Messi.
Yeah. No, that was in the question. The answer was how many did he get in that calendar year. Messi was in the question.
Maybe he was watching it on with a delay. Yeah.
Tell me when you're ready, Ty, and I'll move on to the next. 91. Great shout.
Well, I'm ready.
Move on to the next question, then, please.
Cool, I can do that. So, which referee famously appeared on the cover of Pro Evolution Soccer 3 and 4, the first time a referee had headlined the front cover of a major football console game?
I know this one.
Then tell us. I'm intrigued.
Cannot remember his name. It's the Italian guy, I'm pretty sure.
He's an Italian guy.
The bald with the crazy eyes.
Kalina.
Kalina is absolutely the answer. Pierluigi Kalina is the first referee to be commercialised across a major platform game. Pro Evolution Soccer 3 and 4, early noughties, yeah.
Shall we share that point?
I'm happy with that.
With the assist and the goal scorer?
You loosened the jar. Tony was the one to finally open it. But yeah, Kalina is absolutely correct.
Yeah, Michael Blue's got that as well, and so did Ian. Yeah, Anthony's got the hills have eyes. Absolutely correct
I
there,
agree.
Ian.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
Ian completely. 1 minute, are we talking about Howard Webb or Polina? They're about the same. They look the same.
True, yeah. Yeah, shite game though. Yes.
So as I understand it, under FIFA rules, Kalina was actually forced to retire from the game due to his age, which was crazy, absolutely mental. So I think one of his last major games was the 06 World Cup. Still one of the best talks about referees in folklore, isn't he?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Totally agree on that. And I think it's your last question on this round.
Fantastic.
it's question number 7. This.
Is it 7, is it? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
You guys are making this last as long as you want it to, so it's absolutely fine. In 1966, the World Cup was stolen in the lead up to the final, and it was found by a dog on his morning walk. What was the dog's name? Oh.
Anthony Herbert.
Sorry, what?
Anthony Herbert.
On
his morning walk, yeah.
Yeah, but man, he had to retire. Got better as he got older. Yeah, definitely, isn't it? You have to retire though, for age or fitness as a ref. Yeah, unfortunately.
I do not know this.
Fuzzy, you've been working out. Frogs put Nipper. Yeah, Anthony's got it right there. Pickles.
Absolutely. You knew that as well, then, Tony.
Yeah, pickles. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was found on a morning dog walk, don't know where, in a forest by a tree, wrapped in paper.
That's it. Ian's got it as well. And Michael
weird
Blaze
place to
also
put it.
as well.
Apparently, everyone knows the answer to this question. Unfortunately, I'm going to spot the mood now. The dog died when it got strangled, tried chasing a rabbit, wrapping the lead around its own neck, and strangling oneself, breaking its neck. Sorry, I've just lowered the mood again. I'm all right with that.
What a way to go.
Yeah, a sad demise for the poor old dog.
Absolutely.
Right, so officially the last question for this round.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1950 World Cup game, Brazil versus Uruguay, drew the highest attendance ever officially recorded for a football match. What was that official attendance?
200,000.
Dumb. I can't go anywhere else for that. 199,854. That is your answer. That is the highest ever official recorded football attendance at any match. So you were literally 146 out without realising. I can't make you go any like that. I mean, we could be here forever. But yeah, absolutely the right answer. Michael?
100%. Yeah, can we get Sally to chase a bunny?
Wow.
Thank you, Ian. I mean, it just kind of, because when you think about it, I mean, Wembley could hold 100,000 and that. So when you look at something like that, there was no kind of regulations or rules or them kind of games. So
it's the whole seating thing has killed the capacities, isn't it? Let's be honest. Since the whole Hillsborough thing, and it's the right thing to do, get everyone seating, get everyone safe, because people need to come home from football alive. But suddenly, you're literally losing 20-30% of your gate attendances at football matches, aren't you? It's incredible. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, you go.
No, I think because I think there was a show last night. I think it was on the Bowling Lounge thing. Brendan mentioned. I think it was Brendan. I think he said about the obviously the Hillsborough disaster. Obviously, it's just kind of his anniversary has come up.
Yeah, I think it's this week, isn't it? But that's changed. That's changed football. That's it's done incredible amounts for the safety of fans at football games. Yeah.
Of course, yes, 129,000. Yes, that was actually, see the picture of that as well, Michael. Yeah, they wouldn't dream of doing that now.
Fine fire up to the touchline. Obviously, you had the old picture of the Alls, didn't you? Bolton versus West Ham, that final in 1923. I think that was a question on my last quiz that I'd done with you guys at Christmas, wasn't it?
It was. So we're now going on to, I suppose, because obviously looking at the time, final round. So this will be the Premier League, I do believe.
Yes. How do you know that? That's a point for you, Tony. So, question number 1. Which goalkeeper has the Premier League record for the most penalty saves?
Ooh.
This one kind of took me by surprise because this goalkeeper is not that good. So you're thinking of longevity rather than quality. And he's still there. Well, he's still in the Premier League.
Fabianski.
Fabianski's correct. Do you know how many he's got, Tony?
Is it something like? Is it? No, I was going to come out with 30 something for some reason.
It's not anywhere close to that high, but he is absolutely the record goalkeeper.
18?
No, not even close.
No, wait.
Wow.
Well, lower than that. No, it's like, what, 5?
The answer is 11. But Lucas Fabianski is absolutely the right number. It's the right answer. So fair play, great shout. I mean, 46 penalty saves just makes you the GOAT. Ever.
So yeah, it's definitely a point for Michael for that one.
I average about 46 saves a single season in my FIFA career, mate.
I'd be happy if a Nana makes 46 saves in 10 seasons at United.
That's more like errors per game, that is. That.
But errors per game versus Leon explicitly.
We could be like 3-0 up and he'd literally be just throwing the ball in the back of the net. It's just like, sorry guys, I can't help it. It's just the occasions get to me.
What he needs to do is go on TikTok before every game and give it out, giving it all of that, and then actually be the cause of the 2 goals going in. That was just irony.
But he saved 8, the rest Saka took.
I mean, as much as I'd say fair play to Arsenal for what they did this evening. Still going to get knocked out by PSG, but let's not go there. Right.
Exactly.
Ready? Question 2.
Next one.
Yeah.
Bobby Zamora and Obafemi Martins are the only 2 players currently in the Premier League to do what?
Ooh. Bobby Zamora and Obafemi Martins.
It is to do with what their job title and what their contract was paying them to do. So they're the only 2. Yeah, absolutely. The only 2 players to do what? So think of the type of goals that you can score.
Bicycle kicks.
Okay. What else? Keep listing.
Can you repeat the question? Because Lee said he missed the question.
Absolutely. So Bobby Zamora and Obafemi Martins are the only 2 currently, because obviously it's still going, 2 Premier League players to do what? And it is to do with scoring, absolutely correct.
Score off their backside?
It's not, but it's nothing as trivial as that. I suppose, I don't know how many...
Set piece goals?
Okay, set piece, you're getting closer. So we're reeling this in. Brilliant. What type of set piece?
Oh, penalties, isn't it?
Okay.
So score from penalties with... Well, it can only be with both feet, isn't it?
Both feet is absolutely correct answer. Obafemi Martins and Bobby Zamora are the only 2 players currently to score a left foot and a right foot penalty. Great shout. That's your point.
I would have thought that would be way more than just 2.
You've got to have, the thing is, everyone, I looked at this and I thought, that can't be right. You've got to have the bollocks to go up with your weaker foot and bang it in. Bear in mind that every player's looking at their conversion rate on a penalty as well, aren't they? You know what I mean? They want to be the best.
To be fair, there's probably a lot more sort of players that just didn't really care about strong feet. They'd happily be 2-footed.
Yeah.
They weren't concerned about weak feet.
Players think about stats these days. So if they banged in the first 10 penalties of their career in the Premier League, they don't want to miss the 11th by taking it with their cheap foot. So I kind of get, I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? It's but yeah, it's very. I think it's quite a cool stat.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony got it right there. Frog put score from corners. Liam put overhead kick. Michael Blees got it correct. Both pins with both feet as well. That is pretty nuts. But he said, and I agree on it. They get paid millions, should be able to use both feet.
Fair point.
Richo, good evening. Good evening, Arsenal in semis. Yeah, they're in the semi-finals now. I mean, they're showing you Arteta's face here. I mean, you can't stop smiling, the bloody idiot. But big up to you, Richo. Hope you keep him well. Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, you try and get players to use both feet, or entice them to kind of take a gamble and use the other, your weaker foot. You don't know what's going to happen with it.
It's crazy, isn't it? The thing is, it's like you're reducing the risk. You want to do something you're good at. You want to do it on the strongest feet. You practice every day in training. Obviously, we saw Saka tonight. Arsenal got away with it. To be fair, they completely nullified Madrid. But taking a Panenka when you're trying to get that first goal in a game, dumb arse move. It would have been better taking it off with his weaker foot. It's crazy, but human subconscious, mind, psychology, all of that type of thing comes into it, doesn't it? So it is very, very crazy. After 30 years of the Premier League, only 2 players have had the bollocks to do that. Absolutely fair play to them. Right, so do you want question number 3? We're on 3 now. So, youngest ever Premier League scorer.
Totally, I've seen Arsenal doing well. Absolutely, Pepsi. Yeah, and I don't know what he's on about, but I think he's got a tiny boner. Statue of Arteta coming to a stadium near you soon. You can see it, can't you? Absolutely, Michael. Richo 66.
Wayne Rooney. Everton.
It's not Wayne Rooney, but he wasn't far off for his goal against Arsenal in 2003.
So you've got, obviously, they were just saying that. You would say what's his name, Wanyeri, because he that's for Arsenal, isn't it? Would it be? I'm gonna go with our own Freddie Sears. Was he? I don't think he was. No, he's probably not.
This record has now stood for 20 years.
20 years. Well, ain't Freddie
I'm going to
Sears,
go back to the answer of Wayne Rooney. It wasn't Wayne Rooney, but it was in a very close proximity and for the same club.
What was the winger's name? What's his name?
No idea.
Foreign lad.
It's not. Come off that thought train. Get back on the English thought train. I'll give it a sec. I'll give it a second because obviously, if anyone in anyone on the channel knows the answer,
Fab.
But no, same club as Rooney. So obviously, it was an Everton goal. The goal was scored in 2005. This player was 16 years old. Obviously, the difference is how many days between 0 and 365 on that.
I mean, going to win a trophy. Look,
he might have buying this year. Yeah, so 16 years old is absolutely where it was, but I think Rooney was when he scored against Arsenal.
CR7, no. We're saying it's English.
Ian R, whoever you are, absolutely correct. James Vaughan is still the correct answer for that question.
James Vaughan.
Yeah,
Vaughan,
absolutely right.
Michael player say, Everton player.
Yeah. So even 20 years later.
Blimey.
And what did he turn into? He turned into absolutely nothing. And that is the only reason. But he's got a flex. He can do that. Can't he? Like I said, minor flexes, all things are bad in life. What was this player scored the Premier League? Oh, you're odd. That is pretty much him done. He has nothing else to show. I don't think he's got another goal in the Premier League. I think the youngest player to ever appear in the Premier League was a guy for Fulham a few years ago. He was like 15 or something. Absolutely mental.
I know Arsenal did that. Broke that record against Brentford one season where they brought on one of their 15-year-olds. Literally for like a few minutes at the end of the game. Literally.
I mean, if it was Arsene Wenger, it probably would have been a 9-year-old because he was a pedo. Sorry, that was my outer voice. Outer voice. I don't know what happened there. My bad.
Was it Milner? Milner.
No, Milner's got records in multiple other areas. I think you're looking at Premier League appearances. all those things. So, yeah, not a bad shout. He was obviously a youngster. I'm going to move on to the next question before I call anyone else a pedo.
Yeah, next question, yes.
So is that why people call them Papa Vengs?
Stupid Joe, that's also a pedo. Right, anyway, I'm joking. So, which player famously scored 4 goals in 2009 and yet his team still didn't win the game?
I want to say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but they did win the game. So you came on.
Against Nottingham Forest, come off as a substitute, 15 minutes left and scored 4 goals. Yeah, no, we won 8-1, so that was a definite 3-pointer. But to be fair, not many players score 4 goals in a game, do they? This player did score 4 goals in a game. His team still didn't win it.
Oh,
That must have been a draw then.
It was a 4-all draw.
It wasn't the Arsenal Newcastle 4-4 draw, was it?
It wasn't the Arsenal Newcastle, no, because obviously they were quite big in the 90s. There was a couple of really big draws. It did involve one of those teams you've just mentioned, though, and it was a little bit sort of nearer, a little bit later.
so it's Newcastle, I do believe.
No!
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Newcastle, you're thinking of the 4-all draw against Arsenal where they drew from 4-0 down.
Was it against Reading?
No. You're going Portsmouth, aren't you? 7-4, Portsmouth, Reading, possibly. This is 2 big Premier League sides. Back in 2009, one player scored 4 goals for one side, and it was a 4-all draw.
I'll say Arshavin for Arsenal.
Arshavin is absolutely correct. Great shout. 4-all draw, 2009. Andre Shaving Your Arse, or Arse Shaving, scored 4 of Arsenal's goals. 4-all draw.
Yeah, so Anthony's got that one because obviously it's his team.
Oh, Arsenal.
Arsenal friends.
What was the Gurney guy out by his 4? Yeah, Liverpool, Everton. Not that one, obviously. 10 men at the back, no one on attack. Big up to yourself. Good evening to see you, Lukaku. No, Michael Blaze is coming with Arshavin. That's him.
So going with the Lukaku stat, Lukaku scored a hat-trick in Alex Ferguson's last ever game, 2013.
West Brom.
5-all draw, Man United, West Brom. Yeah, so there are a few players. I think there's 6 or 7 players that have got hat-tricks in games where their team have not won the game. Obviously, that one just does one bad because he scored that one. But yeah, Arshavin, that's the only thing he did for Arsenal. He did fuck all else. Apart from invade Ukraine. Oh, for God's sake, me and my outer voice. Right, anyway, we'll move on again.
Next question, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great shout, Tony. Who is the first and currently only player to play in the Premier League from the country of Oman?
Current player?
No, bit retired, long retired. Team he played for, not anywhere near the Premier League. But this was the first and only player to play in the Premier League from the country of Oman. For anyone geography short, we're talking Middle East, near sort of Saudi Arabia, Yemen, UAE, that sort of area.
L something.
Al something is correct. You get half a point straight away.
Al Mohammed.
Not quite, no.
No? Oh, okay. Well, I'll take half a point.
Yeah, you can have half a point for his surname. So it is something, Al something.
Oh.
Anthony's saying Hasby. Al Hasby.
Sorry, what?
Hasby.
Right, I'm going to give that to Anthony. It is Ali Al-Habsi. Is absolutely correct. Goalkeeper for Bolton Wanderers. You can't get any closer. That's just a spelling error or typo. Ali Al-Habsi is absolutely correct. He's the first and only player from Oman to play in the Premier League. Play for Bolton Wanderers and Wigan, I believe. Back in
I'll
the
still
late
claim my half point.
No, you'll take your half point. I mean, you probably went with the odds, going, well, that's from the nearest Saudi Ed. Ow. Probably comes in it somewhere, but no, great breakdown. But yeah, Ali Al-Habsi. Bit of an odd goalkeeper. Not quite the Hungarian from the mid-noughties with the trousers. I forget his name. What was Gabor Kurai style? We had some
Kurai.
funky goalkeepers during the night in the noughties, didn't we? Bouncers.
Next question, please. Then moving on from the 5, 6.
So, which former Premier League club had the same kit manufacturer, shirt sponsor, and stadium naming rights all at the same time, belonging to the same brand?
Jesus. So not Premier League club.
They were. They're no longer a Premier League club. So at the time, during that time, it was for nearly 10 years in the Premier League. Their kit manufacturer, their shirt sponsor, and their stadium naming rights all belong to one brand. Tony, you're nodding. Come on, what you got?
Bolton.
Bolton is absolutely correct. Do you remember what
The
that
Reebok
branding was?
Stadium.
It is the Reebok
kits.
Stadium, Reebok kits,
Yeah.
and more Reebok.
Yeah. So yeah, so Pepsi's got that one as well.
And how many clubs? How many teams do Reebok sponsor in the Premier League now? Probably 0.
Exactly. Yeah, Reebok. Yeah.
They were cool. I mean, in the
back.
90s, if you had Reebok trainers, you were cool. Your parents had a bit of money. You weren't going to
Reebok
get
as well.
bullied that much that week.
Yeah.
If you turn up on the uniform day with Reeboks, you were like, we'll leave that
Totally
guy alone.
with
He
you.
knows what he's on about.
Well done, people. Yeah. Next question then.
So with Ipswich Town being the most recent, which other 4 clubs have had back-to-back promotions from the 3rd tier to the Premier League?
Bournemouth, I think.
No. So what the question actually is missing? No, it's not. It's consecutive. So from what was Division 2 to Division 1 to the Premier League, or League 1 to the Championship to the Premier League consecutive seasons. So Ipswich are the most recent. There are 4 other clubs that have done this in the last in the Premier League era.
Luton, I think, are one of them.
They're not. No.
No?
No.
Oh, I know that Wrexham are currently in the process of doing that because they could go up to Championship.
Wrexham could Wrexham could genuinely make history.
Yeah.
So National League to League 2 to League 1, that's 4 leagues consecutive seasons. That would break all records. No, I mean, some people want them to do it. If you've watched the documentary, you probably want them to do it.
Yeah.
I kind of almost want them to do it.
Kind of almost.
Can't hate the Welsh. There's a bit more sympathy involved there, isn't there? But yes, so 4 Premier League clubs. 2 of them are current Premier League clubs, albeit this was done quite a while ago. And obviously the other 2 are Championship at the moment, if that starts the first clue in.
It's one of those clubs.
I've got Coventry in my head for some reason.
You're not. It's not Coventry, no.
It's not Leicester, is it?
It's not, no. Because think of clubs that are in the Premier League now. 2 clubs in the Premier League now that have been down, been back up, been down, maybe been back up, and 2 clubs in the Championship that have been at times in the Premier League. I mean, for the 2 clubs in the Championship, I think they've been in Premier League at least 3 or 4 times. Like the promotion has been cycled.
Southampton.
Yeah.
Southampton, absolutely correct. Do you know when they've done it?
Well, no, I can't remember. No, can't mean recently, surely.
Yeah, so 2010, Southampton had previously 2000 late noughties dropped down to League 1. They then climbed up to Championship and Premier League in back-to-back seasons. So 2010, so Southampton is one of them. There was a team that done it 1 season later.
Burnley.
Burnley? No.
Brentford?
Nope. albeit they had a very, very quick escalation as well.
So 10 minutes back's got Saints. So you've got
Personally, yes, Saints are absolutely correct.
Pepper's going with Wigan.
It's not Wigan.
Not sure we have had Luton in there as well.
Yeah.
10 minutes back.
It's not Luton. Man City are absolutely correct. So they got to the Premier League in the year 2000, having got to Division 1 at the time, wasn't a championship then, from League 2 in 1999. I think they beat Gillingham on penalties or something, or Charlton or whatever. But yeah, they did a double up. So Man City in the year 2000, Southampton in the year 2000. Right, Anthony Herbert. Let's go back. Watford and Norwich are your other two clubs. Absolutely correct. So Watford in 1999. He's just on Google.
Yeah, he's just Googling.
He's got the cheat code on. Yeah, so Watford in 1999 did the double up, and Norwich in 2011 are the other clubs who have done the same. But obviously, you look at Swansea, you look at Reading, you look at Luton, Brentford. Bournemouth even did that escalation, but they did it over a slightly longer period. But yeah, absolutely correct.
Behind baggage as well, yeah.
I'll make this the last question, though.
Last question?
Yep.
Okay, last question I've got for you is who, despite his team getting relegated in the 2004-2005 season, scored 21 Premier League goals, finishing second in the Golden Boot, standing behind Thierry Henry.
Despite getting relegated. Was it a cult hero player?
I would suggest for their club. I wouldn't suggest internationally, but was half decent for a period. 21 goals in the Premier League for a relegated club. I mean, it doesn't really happen, does it?
They only scored 21 goals. Yeah.
So I think Henry finished that season on 22 Premier League goals in 2004-05. Yeah. This club are currently Premier League, so that narrows it down to at least, well, less than 20 for the clubs that haven't been relegated at any point.
No, I can't think of who it would be.
So we'll go with some of the people what they're putting in there. Point bagging. Watford. 10 minute back's gone with Phillips.
It's not, but that's not a terrible shout. His season, I think, come in the year 2000, he scored 30 odd goals. Kevin Phillips for Sunderland when they come up. Anthony Herbert, absolutely correct. Andy Johnson,
yeah, remember him.
Crystal Palace. 21 goals.
Let's go, Google. Let's go.
I mean, it's been the last three questions, isn't it?
Jose, good evening to yourself. Eltel Cockerell, good to see you, mate.
Absolutely.
Andy Johnson, Christopher. So Eltel's coming in there as well. And unfortunately, Jose is coming with the last question, isn't he? But yeah, good to see you, Jose. Well. Yeah, he was a good player, Andy Johnson. A lot of players wanted him at that point, didn't they?
Yeah, he got a bit funny. He went, actually, can you call me Andrew Johnson? You're like, oh, you're not one of them. Isn't he? Andy Cole even did the same. Actually, can you call me Andrew? And you're like, no. I
was
just saying I was on top, lads. So he's on top.
We've got
always on
case
top.
Of that
Always on
with
top.
Chido Obi. It's like, don't call me Obi Martins, just call me Chido Obi. Like,
why
don't I just call you your first and second name, but they're not your last name?
Oh no! It's like going up to someone going, "Oh, you alright, mate? How you doing?" It's time of a dim, and they're like, "No, my name is this," and you're like, "Oh God, we're never going to be friends." No, thank you.
Pepsi's probably got this about right. Look, Google Internet Explorer won this quiz.
Everybody submit your Google searches with a timestamp for each one.
So basically, this is a test of who's paying for the fastest internet rather than knowing the answers.
Let me just clock up what we've got on here.
Well, I'm done for a sec. Give me a moment.
No worries.
To be fair, though, you could probably get away with doing that because if you're on YouTube, most cases of your live streams, there's a bit of delay on them. If you go into the delay setting or the time tab at the bottom and then use the speed feature to put it up to double speed, it actually removes a lot of the delay.
It's true.
So even if you're live, you can remove like an extra 5 seconds worth of delay, 5 to 10 seconds worth. So if you ever go into a quiz, you could literally, if you can search stuff in 5 seconds, you could literally answer at the same time as everybody else, but have all the answers beforehand. Well, I've tallied who's got what question or who's scored points for the questions from just between me and you on the stream. I haven't counted anybody from chat because they're all plebs.
And you win on that one. I'll get you down as win on that.
Looks like it, but
Big Ange extended contract. Pepsi saying, Michael Bleak saying, Gooner's going to have 5 mil if they want to win the Champions League. Yeah, he's. LTL saying, Jose, I'm at ease of work for the week, shooting the breeze. Well done, mate, and you enjoy that as well. I've had mine.
I've got 12 recently. Points.
So who's won it tonight? Google?
6.
Yeah, Anthony Herbert Google.
Yeah, Anthony Herbert Google.
I think you got 8.5 points. 8.5 points.
But
those are questions that chat got instead of us.
Yep. So the winner of the chat, pleb, proper living English person, absolutely, is actually Michael Blees with 17 points.
Wow. Belmont, how many questions they asked? Was it 30 odd, give or take, in the end?
8 questions each round for.
Is that what we did?
So yeah, 32.
32
questions.
And Anthony and Google got 14.5.
God, even with help.
Even with the cheat code, you still lost.
So well done, Michael.
It means I'm going to have to up the ante next time I'm on here with this football quiz, aren't I?
Somebody
not bad. He goes
Grok AI
on Google.
Something might use Grok AI or something.
Yeah, poor from Google on that. And fair play to the 10 men at the back. Came in late though, but got an impressive 5 out of that lot in the last round. So very. Frog saying good set of questions though. Yep,
good.
Was very good.
Hopefully it's been entertaining from my end.
We've had some interesting answers. Yeah, it's here from your end, yes. But as always, Will, thanks for doing this, coming in.
No, I've enjoyed being back. Absolutely,
it's been good, mate. And obviously, like first of many of, as we said before, we'll do some more of these, and hopefully by that stage you can get the kiddie winks off a little bit earlier.
Well, to be fair, I haven't heard them yet, to be fair, but I've closed all the doors in the house, so if they've been kicking off for the last 2 hours, ain't my problem. But yeah, what we'll do, me and Tony will go through. I've got a general knowledge quiz, obviously, a little bit of a PowerPoint, a little bit more animated, some picture stuff, and diversify how we're doing this a little bit. We can get that working, and hopefully I can come back on and do something else, and I'll continue to work on some more stuff.
Definitely, mate. I mean,
yeah,
absolutely. This is, like I said, everyone likes you coming back in on that, and obviously Google didn't even win the half at layer. Jealousy won't get you in it nowhere. Leon's obviously surprised about the youngest Premier League scorer. Tim at the back says, good quiz. Thank you very much for that as well. Ian R says, well done. Takes time to set a good quiz. Will's got a power bank of questions for you, Ian. So we've got more in the pipeline. Definitely
100%.
got that.
I mean, I haven't got 150 questions. What do you mean hardly football questions? It's about Axel Tuanzebe.
No. What he says, he's saying he answered the Hungry Hippos question, but hardly any football questions.
I've just reread your. Yeah, absolutely fair. Yeah,
but
that's fine.
One's
still good.
You know,
taking part accounts in it.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you knew that one and nothing else, that's just such nuanced type of like specialist knowledge in it.
Superb. But yes, folks, thanks for hanging around with us and that. There's still 12 people in the chat with us and that. I know a few people have gone over to see with old Budgie and that and Kieran. People saying I'm on a backing goal tomorrow night. Yeah, little cloud face and everything else. Before we go off, that Fuzzy, what have you got coming up?
Well, Europa League tomorrow. It's either everybody else's seasons finishes in May. Manchester United season finishes tomorrow or continues till the next round. So, yeah, the post-match reaction to follow as the next show on this channel, and then look ahead into the weekend. Can't remember who it is that we play against next.
Do you want me to Google?
We're
going to lose either way. Right, so who we played on Sunday? Wolves at home.
Wow. I mean, it's this battle for 17th, isn't it?
I mean, that's a power battle.
Well, at least with Wolves, they can actually play some good stuff. Like they'll score goals.
Well, they spanked Spurs the other week, didn't they? Last week, wasn't it? So
yeah,
they've got a bit of fight about them.
Michael said, look, Anana would be okay if he didn't have holes in his hands.
Anana would be okay if he didn't have hands and he just had little stubs. He'd probably be better.
Tim at the back saying, Man United and Spurs, they finish tomorrow. Ooh,
what?
Definitely.
I mean, he's probably right, but who's this guy?
And look, yeah, we finished Christmas. Beat that. Absolutely.
True.
And that's true. Wolves are on form. Yeah, I mean, I think they've got the right manager in there. It'd be all right,
yeah.
You know?
They haven't invested, have they? That's
No.
the thing. They were one of the teams that never really invested at the start of the season, and it was always a risk, and it showed at the start. But fair play to them. I think they're well safe. I think the bottom three are the bottom three now. I don't think a lot of people see any other way it's going to be. And on West Ham sitting in 17th right now.
We are indeed. Yes.
Who are you? Sorry, it was a genuine question.
We're massive everywhere we go, apparently. But yeah.
Nobody knows who you are, but yes, okay, we'll go with that.
They are massive. It's just when it
problem.
comes to league table numbers, the lower down the table you go, the bigger the number is in the table position.
I like that.
So they are massive, and they just got to keep to.
17's bigger than 1, isn't
it? Michael was saying, yeah, Potter's going to go do an Emery for us next season. I mean, that's the thing. Like you said with Emery, got to give him a couple of seasons, and hopefully he gets the right people in, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I agree on that. 10 men at the back. Yeah, we are messy everywhere we go. That's definitely at the moment. But absolutely agree on that. We are the second highest home support in England.
Uh-huh.
And first season I haven't had any stick from Spuds when New Year fans. True, Leon, isn't it? That's very true. And I will say this. I remember, especially at Upton Park, when it came down to and it happened across the whole of the nation, where they did the old charity bin buckets used to go around, and West Ham was always top from the fans, digging their hands in their pockets, put it into the buckets. Beat that, motherfuckers.
Is that how you bought Frederick Canute? Cole and Cole.
Yeah, we started the GoFundMe element. That's what we started off. We started at a point.
And most of that money was donated, was clearly nicked from the geezer on the street on the way to the ground.
Oh, man.
Like we've said this evening already, any flexes you get tonight, take it.
Absolutely, yeah. As Pepe says here, look, West Ham are a strong team. They're holding a lot of other teams up above them. Gotta be. Ian's saying our football is passive everywhere we go, particularly in the first half. Yeah, especially when we play at home, that's for sure. Spuds, West Ham United, manure, all of the same problem, poor leadership. Yeah.
United have the same thing. I think it's the same for all our clubs. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. But the thing is, unless you're finishing in the top 6, it doesn't matter where you finish as long as you don't get relegated.
It's true. Yeah, still better.
That's how I see it.
No worries, Liam. No worries.
So, to be fair, it is true though. We don't like, even if you finish second place, I mean, barring qualifying for a competition,
Yeah.
you don't win a trophy any more than 17th place does.
No.
It's just
but
a
tell
league
that
position.
to Arsenal fans. Oh, shit, sorry. I've got to use my inner voice a bit more. But it's true, innit? Qualifying for the Champions League has almost become that trophy that doesn't really exist, doesn't it? You know, maybe if you fall outside those places, especially for sides, I mean, respectfully, West Ham been qualifying for Europe over the last few years. United used to be half decent and near the top of the league and part of this top 6 malarkey. But actually, if you're not qualifying for those, you're not winning a trophy. What are you winning? Oh, we finished 12th this season, bruv. We're better than you, innit? What? Give over. What's that mean? It's like a weird half-ass flex, isn't it? And yeah, but that's what keeps football fans going, isn't it? That's part of the game.
The banter.
It's the banter. The banter's the whole
Exactly
thing.
that.
That's why people say, "Oh, I'd much rather finish third without a trophy than finish fourth and with a trophy."
Why? We're in it to see those moments where your club captain is lifting a trophy, regardless of what it looks like and what shape or form it becomes in. That's what we're there for. You don't have a trophy room for finishing fourth. Sorry, Arsenal.
True. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, 5 places in the Champions League next season as well.
So there could actually be, I think they said, if it works out right, 11 English clubs in European football in some state next season. Depending how the FA Cup goes, Europa League, obviously United and Spurs are well outside of any European places. Obviously with Newcastle, but they're likely to finish in the top 6 now at least. But yeah, I think at an early point this week, it could have been 10 or 11 English clubs playing some form of European football, which is massive. So mess around, and 5 Champions League places is amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, as Mark was saying, like, if there's a breakaway Super League, they will want Man United. The way things are going, we could have 11 English clubs in Europe. That'd be great.
I mean, we're still the powerhouse, aren't we? We're still a powerhouse as a nation, aren't we? The league is still the best in the world, most invested into.
So, yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, quality is lower than some other leagues at the moment.
Well, this season, that's for sure. I think this season, that's for the,
I mean, Liverpool winning the league. What the fuck's that about? How has anyone allowed that to happen? Like, that's an okay thing. Like, do you know what? They won it in COVID. We all got over that. I struggled, but we got over it. And now they've won it in a normal season. And we're like, oh. Europa League winner. So United or Spurs, in theory, could get into the Champions League next season by finishing 15th.
Fucking hell.
I think Bilbao will win it.
You think Bilbao, yeah?
They're the finals in their home stadium. All they have to do is just get to the final, and it's a home game.
So lads, we just turn up like it's a normal random midweek game.
You actually don't have to travel anywhere. Just pop down the street from the training ground. Happy days.
Eat your evening tea at home. Why not?
I agree on this though. Yeah. Shame the football is crap and boring. Mark was saying, and it is at the moment. We've said this before. It seems like everyone's got the same blueprint and just hand it to the next team and the next team, the next team. It's not great football this season. We've seen that, innit? I think as Anthony said a couple of weeks back, this would be like the lowest scoring points we've seen in this season. For quite a few seasons. So not good at all. On that note,
you just want to see football, don't you? You just want to see football played from the heart for the fans, the entertainment value, not for the commercial bullshit. And it's been a ropey season, but then our team are sitting in 14th, 15th.
Good question from Michael before we go. Can you name any outstanding players in the Premier League this season?
Bruno Fernandes. Why are we laughing at that? Oh,
Nah.
he has been outstanding the last 5 seasons in a shit United side.
Yes, yeah, given that.
Well, to be honest, Salah, from a goal scoring perspective, he's
Salah,
bagging.
yeah, absolutely.
I can't really think of anybody else. I can't say Haaland because he had the. Yeah.
Kirkes at Bournemouth. You've got Aina at Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? You've got some odd teams doing some really good stuff this season as well. It's been interesting because you've got teams filling the top 6 that should be near the relegation zone. Onana.
Outstandingly shit.
I mean,
Salah. I mean, and of course, for Liverpool fans, they're obviously creaming their pants because obviously he signed a contract with them anyway. So
they think Van Dijk's doing the same thing. It's just Trent, who's apparently a traitor after 20 years at the club.
Exactly. Oh, look at that first semi-final leg at the Emirates. Oof.
Is that a DVD? Do they get a DVD if they do that?
Yeah.
It's like a Spursy thing to do, isn't it? Oh, we got a DVD of us almost winning the trophy.
Oh man, Michael saying, yeah, you can count them on one hand this season. Normally loads. Yeah, true, very true. There's only a select few, I think, this year. And a good shout from Tim in at the back as well. Woods at Forest, lots of goals, old-fashioned forward.
Love it. Yeah, fair play.
Mm.
I mean, if you look at it, we're talking about mostly outfield players. I mean, obviously, Leon's obviously jokingly said Onana, but who would you say out of keepers who has been outstanding this season?
Sells at Nottingham Forest has been incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's not many. He's made some incredible saves. He's part of why Forest are where they are within the league. I still think they're going to finish in the top 4, but they're not challenging for the title. That would be my shout for the keeper of the season, personally.
Mm-hmm. Good shout.
But there are probably a few others that you've sat there and gone, actually, the save percentage, you look at all of those types of things against XG and all of those, but yeah, it's hard, isn't it? The thing is, if you're good goalkeepers are rated as a team when you've got the least shots faced against you, your team are performing the best, finishing near the top of the league, you're conceding the least goals, and they're rated the best goalkeeper in the league, and it's actually backwards because they're doing the least work.
True. I mean, Kelleher, yeah. I mean,
when he's played, he's been all right. Yeah.
What a keeper!
I'd have a West Ham by him any day.
That guy needs to be playing. That guy needs to be playing every single week. Don't get me wrong, Alisson is one of the world's best goalkeepers. Mm-hmm. The best in a one-on-one situation, so you've got to be playing him. But Kelleher needs to be playing every week. So if he wants to leave Liverpool, they need to get over it because that guy deserves to be playing. He's been consistent in every single game he's played.
Yeah.
So
true, I agree on that.
Obviously, yeah. I'm going to stand up for goalkeepers. I played amateur football for 20 years as a GK, and you're going to stand up for, and I'm going to naturally stand up for it. But yeah, fair play to that. He's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, Delap also impressive.
Rory Delap.
Yeah, Rory. Yeah, what a throw he used to have. Pepper said Amazon Prime show. Oh, okay. So they're on Amazon Prime show Tuesday's game. Can't stand the Villa keeper, Ian saying, but he is very good. Yeah, Martinez does kind of wind up a little bit, I must admit. Michael Blees saying, I think Pickford is the most clean sheets.
Consistency over the last few years. Pickford's been great for Everton. They've just had a very, very average team, haven't they?
They have. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, when you look at new stadium from next season, who knows where they go with that? And
to be fair, you look at Pickford directly, he hasn't really put a foot wrong for England over the last few years, has he?
No.
Nobody sees him as world class, but maybe because he plays at Everton. But you look, there's not many mistakes in him, and there are good saves from him. it's just, yeah. He plays at a side that's not looked at every single week. That's not on Sky Sports every week. I think that's a big part of it. But his consistency, yeah, you have to be. Yeah, he's been very, very good.
I mean, the main thing for me is because it was, and it was kind of, oh, here we go. Like I said, we want to have Keller. I mean, Michael Peller, he's saying, look, yeah, 20 million if it happens to West Ham, stamp that all day long. There was talks of bloody us raiding the old Southampton coffers, and Ramsdale was one of the names mentioned. Nah. No.
So Ramsdale has now been relegated 3 times. So you've got Sheffield United. Yeah. And it's not his fault because the team in front of him are nowhere near good enough. They're just a good championship side level. But now, I've literally been seeing all over socials this morning, United are after him. Why? Sorry. Oh, right, yeah, no, there's your answer. So Ineos, yeah. I'm sure I felt Ramsdale was a little bit hard done by with the David Raya loan from Brentford coming in.
Yeah.
But David Raya has respectfully proved after the last 2 seasons he's the right choice for Arsenal in the way that they set their team up. And Ramsdale probably could have gone to a bigger side than Southampton. It's not his fault. He's got shit players in front of him and 40 shots a game heading at him. But is he good enough for Man United? No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So I'm gonna start a new fan club, which is bring back David De Gea because we miss what we used to have and we didn't value him whilst he was there. Bear in mind,
I want us to get I think, right, what we need is somebody who is a shot stopper. End this manic stuff, this crazed obsession with play it out from the back. Last time I checked, every single goalkeeper in a team that plays out from the back has had the same mistakes where they've played the ball to a centre-back that's been instantly tackled or the pass has gone straight to an opposition player. Every goalkeeper has done it. Ederson's had these mistakes. Alisson's had these mistakes. 100%. Everybody has. But when you get a straight-up shot-stopping goalkeeper, they don't really make mistakes with the shot-stopping. They actually save the ball, and you get to the end result, and you say, damn, if it wasn't for those saves, we would have lost the game. You don't really say that about many goalkeeping performances anymore.
But also, you look at the first 20 years of the Premier League, right? And I know football didn't start then, but I'm talking about my era. We weren't looking at goalkeepers that could pass the ball to the right back 10 yards away. We were looking at the Peter Schmeichels, the Van der Sars that can save those shots, those moments in big games when the strikers are coming in, whether it be a shot from 20 yards, whether it be the one-to-ones, that can save the ball and save those goal-saving shots. And that's what a goalkeeper ultimately should be. This is how I played my game for 20 years as an amateur at lower league level, right? I'm not bothered about whether I could pass the ball to the right back at 10 yards and then walk around going, fuck the lot of ya. I'm sitting there doing that only when I make those amazing saves that shouldn't be saved. And actually, this is where David De Gea, for me, ultimately was incredibly undervalued. Because as a shot stopper, one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League in the last 10 years. And I'll live and die on that mountain, so fire at me, because I don't care. But he was undervalued because he couldn't do the bit with his feet like you've mentioned. And that's
There's a lot of teams that actually have quite a bit of height in midfield and in the attack. So there's a lot more teams that can play the aerial long ball, but everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because you might lose it. Yeah, well, you might lose the ball with a pass.
We're trying to do the Pep Guardiola thing. We're trying to follow Pep and Klopp over the last 5-6 seasons. And like there's no other way to play football. They didn't invent football. What they've done is created a stable way of playing football that's been incredibly successful for the last few years in the Premier League and has gotten them results by playing in a different way. Everyone's now playing 2 or 3 seasons later trying to play catch-up in that manner. And respectfully, there's going to be a new dynamic way of playing football. Leicester won the league in 2016 by playing the ball over the fucking top. Less than 10 years ago, they won the league by playing the ball by Route 1 football. And yet suddenly, a couple of years later, everyone's trying to copy that. Hold on, if they just pass to the right back or the centre back who's literally 5 yards away, that makes him a better goalkeeper. No, it fucking doesn't. It's stopping as many shots as
Oh.
stopping as many shots as possible. So I'm in total agreement with that.
Well, look at Nottingham Forest, right? Playing low block, counter-attacking football,
Absolutely.
and
Old
just
school.
keep it simple. It's working. A target man in Chris Woods is
Yeah.
getting goals. The rest of the team is getting involved. The goals are shared amongst the team, and it works.
Yeah.
They're not a team with the quality to win trophies, or really, compared to other teams in the league, they've still not got as good a quality as other squads in that league.
No.
They are punching above their weight
Mhm.
because they're playing a solid style that's reliable and gets results.
And
Newcastle,
it's old school.
Got it takes.
Newcastle with Eddie Howe, watching him play does not look complicated tactically. It's just direct and it's
Yeah.
mobile.
Yeah.
Imagine that team, and I sort of get vibes from watching Fergie games when I watch Eddie Howe games, with the sort of direct nature, and it's not. Sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes you get a player that gets the ball and they'll try and just run at a player in midfield. They'll lose it or something. That sometimes happened. I mean, you had it with some of our midfielders like Michael Carrick, Darren Fletcher, players like that who would constantly sometimes lose the ball in midfield for just trying something.
Yeah.
There was always just constantly just try, keep trying.
But when they got it, when they got it right,
Hmm.
and they found that perfect ball and that vision, that something different. You look at Newcastle and you look at players like Bruno Gomes, Tonali in midfield. Though even the workhorse style of football, the old British English style of football, it makes a huge difference. And not being funny, I mean, Alexander Isak is probably one of the best. I call him a number 9, but I know there's more dynamicness to his game. But he's incredibly consistent in front of goal, anywhere inside of the 18-yard box. Chris Wood, exactly the same. Old school football, Leicester won the league with Jamie Vardy up front.
Yep.
Because they kicked the ball out. They had Kante and Danny drink a lot of water in midfield. Bit of Mahrez on the right-hand side. Very old school style tactics. And you're right, absolutely very similar to what Fergie was implemented during the 90s and the noughties. But everyone's trying to follow this fashionable style tiki-taka football that Pepper's ball, that Klopp adopted, both incredible managers. I hate Liverpool entirely, but Klopp did a lot of good for the Premier League and made it very, very competitive.
Absolutely.
But everyone's trying to...
Klopp in possession was very much like direct football, but it was the defensive aspect, heavy metal, gegenpress, just non-stop. Just as soon as you lose the ball, everybody lose your heads, just go after whoever's got the ball.
Yeah.
True.
But it works.
He's
done it with strategy. But yeah, I think at the moment everyone's trying to follow this perfect, beautiful style of football. The game, respectfully, at ground roots level, and obviously, Tony, we've spoken multiple times over the last year about ground roots level, and it is a kick the shit out of each other game, and the battle of the hardest, not just the battle of the fittest, to the battle of having that absolute bit of grunt about you. That's what the game comes down to, is grassroots level, and it's heaven, and it should be all the way through. It's not about who plays the sexiest football; it's about actually who can play the purest football,
Absolutely.
and its most organic forms still matter. And you're absolutely right. Who gives a fuck if you're kicking it 60 yards up the pitch, somebody heads it on and the striker goes and bags it in? Because if you win the game 1-0, it counts.
True. Perhaps just putting here, Ramsdale at Southampton will be similar to Man United, surely. Crap players in front of him. Yeah, true.
100%, yeah.
People agreeing about, obviously, the comment about Isaac having a great season, and so is Newcastle. We'll totally agree on that.
He could be going up to a bigger side this season, because Newcastle do need the money due to FFP fucking them over the last few years. That's just my
goalkeeper needs to hoof the ball upfield and midfield, win the second ball. Absolutely, Michael, the old school. 10 men at the back saying Phil Parkes played with 2 dodgy knees. Ray Stewart was taking goal kicks. Phil Parkes had to have cortisone injections in both knees. Well, he had more than one cortisone injection in both knees just to play football when they brought him back to play for West Ham. And the bloke was a cripple afterwards, which was a bit of a shame. Great legend.
John Terry, to be fair, Tony, John Terry's not too different. Chelsea kept him alive for another 2 years for exactly the same thing.
True.
You know what I mean? Heart and soul for, you know what I mean? Would get kicked in the face and knocked out on a pitch for what it meant. That's pure football.
I just mentioned here, look, Michael would blame Pep for the boring football, same as what you said there, Will. Yeah, true.
Even Lionel Messi blamed Pep's style of football as a way of, as one of the factors as to modern football, you know, declining in quality, because he said, well, all the kids now don't get trained the way that we did. They get told everybody on that pitch, regardless of position, has to be able to do 5-yard passing.
Yeah,
true.
Everybody,
True.
and that's
the whole
the fundamental.
football. It's become boring, not sexy.
Yeah,
But not be funny.
Even Pep's Man City is slowed down. It's boring to watch his style of play
Because it's possession-based football, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's building up from the back. I mean, not be funny, our kids anymore. I mean, we've all complained about the English level of the English tier system. Our kids, up until the age of 12, can't even head a fucking football. And I get the whole brain injuries, the aneurysms and all that. Let's protect the safety. It shouldn't create risk for life in football. At the
Give
same
them all
time,
helmets. Make them play with helmets.
I like that.
Be fair.
And then we could call them helmets.
Petr style helmets for all of them.
Absolutely. But yeah,
like,
that's the thing. So everything's become too functional, too organised, too strategic. And you're right, with Tic Taka, which was exciting back in the mid-10s, or even late noughties with Pep and obviously what Barcelona were doing, incredibly fucking boring. And it feels very commercialised with that. And you want to see something different, something more vibrant, dynamic, and something that just it's just a box now everyone's trying to conform to.
I think it's a big problem because I suppose, like everything else, because of the commercialisation of things, the way it's going with the game, we should be seeing the same thing on the pitch. But unfortunately, this day and age, it's someone needs to come in and really upset the apple cart and go back to the old school. Doesn't matter if it's pumped long or you playing it at the back sometime. I mean, you know, just seeing it earlier on, Raya trying to think he's clever by trying to play the ball out to the back, and he's doing it with a player right on his heels, and he's gonna come a cropper one day, which he has already in one game. It's gonna come again, isn't it?
You see it though. World Cup final, Hugo Lloris against Croatia in 2018. Luckily, France won 4-1. But you've seen it with Alisson on occasions. Ederson's been caught with his fucking pants down. And fine, goalkeepers make mistakes. But goalkeepers make mistakes, should be making mistakes by letting goals, soft goals they shouldn't be letting in. Not, I'm trying to play out to my centre-back because that's what my manager told me to do. I heard something a few weeks ago from Maresca at Chelsea where he told his goalkeeper, you're not going to play anything over a 20-yard pass. And you're sitting there going, sorry, what the fuck has football actually become right now? Because that's not what the game's about.
No. And he threw his toys out of the pram as well when one of the players defied him.
And you're right, and Michael Bays has said it on there. The centre-backs having the most passes and touches in the game means the game has become incredibly sterile as a result. And it's all about who takes a chance. You're talking about strikers not getting 10 or 12 chances a game. You're talking about strikers getting 5 or 6, 4 or 5, and then we're blaming them for not fucking scoring. When goalkeepers are the hardest they've ever been to concede against because they're the fittest ever.
It's not with Big. I think Big Steve spoke about it, where it's like, because he said that when he played football, he was playing at centre back. He was a centre back, and he was just like, well, all of these centre backs who get injuries now because it's all so much fitness. There's so much more running to do as a centre back. Whereas when he played, it was just, well, I'll kick the ball up to the midfielders, and you lot can go fuck around up top.
Yeah.
And leave out of that. The only thing I've got to do is just run when there's a counter attack, and that is it.
Yeah,
I'm not moving after that.
Yeah, no, and it's both problem. I mean, you go back to grassroots, like Tony. Obviously, we've spoken about this, and you've run multiple amateur teams as well. You put your hard nuts, your dirty fuckers, at centre back. They can clean out the little princey strikers and this, that, and the other. And the grassroots level of football comes down to you just have yard nuts to the back. They're not fit. They're not fast. they just can clean the opposition strikers out and play that pure game of football, oof the ball out. The technical players, the guys that are great with the ball, the speedier guys, can do the shit with it up there. It's just about protecting that goal, isn't it?
Right, now I'm the star of the show. What's going on, people? Right. Now this is the part of the show, right, where we discuss secrets. Yeah. We'll literally yeah, she just disappeared. We'll just go live, 24-hour stream. Right, that's it. 24-hour stream, guys. I'm still here. I'm still going. Yeah, I went to go. I went to the toilet and just sort of logged in to my phone, and so just booted everybody. Everybody was gone. I have infiltrated. It is a coup. It is a coup. It's a hostile takeover. It was me all along. Change the name to Hammered. Hell yeah. Hammered. I like this. God. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. Whether the internet cuts out. Or maybe it's Anthony. Anthony might have decided that enough was enough. Jesus. I don't know if Tont's gonna come back on and actually end the show. I imagine he will. Trump the hump. Got booted, he can't come back. He should be able to, because it's still an open. There should still be an open studio on his StreamYard account. So it's just got to log back into his StreamYard unless his StreamYard's been suspended. I don't know how that would be the case, but no, damn. Launch night and he just fucks off. I know, it's a disgrace. You know, Drogba settings. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. A fucking disgrace, guys. God. Here he is.
I have no idea what happened there. Basically, yeah, get back in the talk. My days.
Was
So,
it
on
just
that
putting the
note-
plug to the internet, was it? It's like, right,
No,
okay, time's up.
I'm talking away to you, and then it's suddenly completely gone. So apologies for that. And on that note, I think we'll say good night and that. And for the everyone in the panel, Will, I know he's gone. I'll speak to him tomorrow. Fuzzy, thanks for hanging around and filling in the gaps for the moment. Everyone in the chat, absolutely appreciate you being with us. And I should be back with Budgie tomorrow night for the West Ham review. And I've still got. But thanks everyone for being in the chat and that. And apologies, I don't know what the hell went on there. Fuzzy, I shall catch up with you soon. People in the chat, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch up with you soon. And on that note,
Tony out.
take care, everyone, and we'll say good night.
Yeah.
Good night.